Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 9 of the Cult of Azathoth. I was talking to a couple friends, and I was like, yeah, we just always seem to miss a couple weeks. It has been a month since the last episode, but I have you know that we've actually only missed like 25% of the episodes that we should. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
That's a C.
Yeah, exactly. 75% is actually a D where I come from. That
What?
sounded
75%'s a
lewd.
D where you come from?
Yeah, my school actually had a higher scale, and then when you applied to college, they did the math to put it back to a normal scale. But in my high school, 69 was a failure. Yep.
In my school, 69 is a big win. Damn, that's your school fucking sucks. I know it's weird because it's meant to be like, oh, the scores being higher means that everyone excels, but that's actually fucking stupid.
No, everyone just feels worse about themselves.
Above 50 is a pass in every other place in the whole world.
I know.
I thought you were joking. I thought that was a lead-in to a 69 joke.
Nope.
I was hoping.
It's not. No, it's actually it just makes people feel bad, and parents who don't understand that the system's different get yell at their kids for failing a class, and
yeah, because all they care about is the C or the D or whatever. And
yeah,
just like
they said
all your parents care about is the D.
So
I mean, if they didn't care about the D, they wouldn't have a kid, right?
So that's the opening of this one. So it's been a while, guys, but we are somewhat on track. I definitely expected it to be over by now, but that's on me, I suppose.
You thought we would listen to your hints.
Your
You
hubris.
even brought in Olivia Prime, but we have done a great job of steering her off course too.
I'm actually sneaking at Olimoley like $5 every week, and I'm like, please, God, help me.
I'm trying to turn this thing along, ZombieGrub. I've been the let's move this along person, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. No, I have. Shut up.
He has.
I absolutely have. No way. Mr. fucking crawl an event, cut myself twice, stay in the hospital for 3 fucking hours in a campaign.
The story.
Did you though?
You absolutely did not. I progressed the story, but anyway, continue.
Okay.
I don't want to halt the progress of this story so that you can clarify something that's not relevant anymore.
Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
Yeah, seriously, guys.
I'm dead.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
So, anyways, about the bickering. To recap what has happened so far, guys, these guys have all come together for pretty unknown reasons, but they all were attracted to the same spot, same location, same time by a letter. They found each other. They've been working together. Olimoley came in about 2 episodes ago as a nurse who had connections to the occult, and they have been tracking certain names since then. So they've killed one cultist of the big cult, Amanda. She was a hoe. They killed her, and now after killing her, they went and grabbed weapons, stole her car, and then went to talk to the author / inspiration of a book they were reading that had a lot of things mentioning Azathoth, which gets harder and harder every time to say it.
Azathoth.
Exactly. Which sounds great, but that's what happened. That's actually the start of the last episode, is that they got guns. Livibee owes the Arkham Mafia, by the way. And then they drove a car and got absolutely fucking demolished. All of them are severely injured after getting attacked in the middle of the 2 cities. And after crashing their car, completely totaled, decided to walk to a nearby town where they healed up, stole a pickup truck. And I think you guys determined that you still are going to go and visit the guy in the other city. Although I know there was some argument over whether or not you should just go back to Arkham. So that's where we left off. I do believe you guys said you were going to go visit the guy, though. Just throwing it out there. And you are literally on the way to do that. So
I have to wait for feardragon's insanity to wear off.
It wore off a while ago.
Oh, yeah,
you guys slept, so you're back.
I also just want to say one last time that I did say, hey guys, why don't we go in the morning when it's not dark outside and when we're not going to get attacked by a massive swarm of people?
How do you know that a massive swarm of people and ghouls wouldn't attack us at night? What rules are there that they would attack us? In the morning. What rules are there that they wouldn't attack us during the day?
By morning ghouls.
Yeah, we'd have morning ghouls.
Yeah.
What if morning ghouls are scarier?
Busy morning to attack us.
Actually, Fear Dragon's correct. Ghouls don't actually go out at night or in the morning.
Ah, it'd probably be a different monster then.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
it would have been some kind of morning monster.
It would have been a day dragon.
Yes. Well, things are just
Um,
spookier at night, guys.
Okay. John Doe feverishly recommends that since we just slept our troubles off, right, and we recovered some health and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We just had a sleep. We've gotten some health back.
It is
We
morning.
did our level ups.
Let us go now, because nothing bad has happened to us during the day. Nothing supernatural bad has happened to us during the day.
Correct. You guys just stole a car.
And we break into people's houses.
Did you?
Broke into that house one. Didn't we fight Amanda during the day?
Yes.
We broke into Amanda's house, then unbroke into her house, knocked on her door, and then broke in and fought her.
Yeah, I guess technically the door is open.
I concur with Fear Dragon. I think we should. I mean, there's no sense sitting around and waiting until dark. That seems not pertinent.
Right. Yeah. So it's like 8 or 9 in the morning, and you guys have stolen a pickup truck, and you're headed towards.
Yep.
I forget the town's name is, but you're headed to talk
Bolton.
to Randolph Carter. Oh, okay. Town's
Michael
name is Bolton. That's right. You guys
Michael
got talking
Bolton.
to Michael Bolton.
I'll never forget.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys are trying to find Randolph Carter, who again you found his name alongside a bunch of pictures and stories saying that he, I think he drew the picture, and he also is an author himself. So who apparently has had some like visits with the occult and weird shit happen to him, but otherwise he's just like a horror writer. And you just want to ask him how he knows the name Azathoth. So you get to the town of Bolton about 20 minutes later. You guys were about halfway. And then you kind of took a detour into the town. So it's still pretty early in the morning, but people are out and about. You know, newspapers have already been sold, but people are still going to and fro in the middle of the day. It's not a town that's it's definitely not as big as Arkham, but maybe like, let's say 60% of Arkham. That's the size of it. So it's like, you know, there's places to go to, but you guys know approximately, I believe, where he lives. I'm going to say that he lives in the artist district, which is what's the word? A term used by local people, right? So all you have to do really is find him in this particular district, but that is up to you guys to be able to do. So there's cops, there's newspaper boys, there's bakeries. It's a normal town. Nothing weird's happening. And scene begin.
We
Obviously,
have no
we
idea
just
where
go
he
to the
is.
city hall.
Well, isn't that a genius idea?
Yeah, we need to find who this person is.
Whoa.
That's how we do
Okay,
it.
guys,
That's how it's
if we
done.
Whoa, man.
kidnap and abduct someone, we can interrogate them on where Michael Bolton.
It's like, guys, we
Randall
should string
Carter.
a random stranger up by the string and wait until Michael Bolton sees it, and then jump them.
The center of the city, and we tie up this person, kind of like they did in the Spider-Man movie. And it was like, Spider-Man must meet us here. Okay, yeah, let's go to City Hall.
Yay!
Okay,
let's do it.
Look
Good
at me
idea.
being rational.
I'm so proud of you guys. So you guys decide to head to City Hall, which is in the approximate center of the town. So that's you park the car. I don't know, actually, where do you guys park the car? I remember you stole it, and it's kind of a crappy beat-up truck that some poor old farmer was probably using.
Did we need it to get to City Hall? I mean, now that we're here,
No.
when we stopped at the hotel, no.
No,
Although we
it's-
probably just left it at the hotel, right? Or near
For
it.
sure. I
But
think
you
we should
guys
just
didn't have a
ditch it.
hotel in this town. You guys
We're
slept in a
not walking
village.
distance.
You guys were in a
Also,
village.
we drove into Bolton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
So
guys were
we
in a
didn't
village.
stay in Bolton.
You
All right.
drove to Bolton. Now
Why
you have
would
a
we
car.
ditch it?
You could ditch it. That's
No,
fine.
why would we?
Well,
Because we stole it, fool.
Because it's stolen.
Well, I thought we had a whole conversation where I was saying, like, let's switch the plates with something else. And
yeah, and then we made fun of you.
yeah, you guys
I,
made fun of me.
I distinctly remember making fun of you for that
You're like,
suggestion.
this is 1920s. Nobody's gonna care about a stolen car in a different city.
Well, also that like we're in like Arkham is a bigger town than Bolton, I believe.
Right.
And it's the 20s, and it's also but it's that Arkham is small, which means Bolton is smaller. So the likelihood of them tracking this stolen car without the internet or scanners is going to be strange. It'd be hard.
But the last time in a small town, we tried to walk. Well, actually, 2 times ago, we tried to walk from one location to another. A dragon attacked us. So if we could have driven away from the dragon, I'm on board with that.
Guys ran away. One of y'all just got slapped around. Okay. So even if y'all guys had a car, I really don't think that would have
changed much.
Yeah,
No.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, we got attacked by 4 ghouls last time we were in a car before that, so let's just...
I really would just rather leave it. If we don't need it, just leave it.
Yeah.
We'll leave it under a shady oak tree.
What if
guys-
that shady oak tree is like 3,000 kilometers away? All right, we leave it. I concur.
Outside the village?
We're in City Hall.
Outside the town?
Yeah, City Hall. Let's
Okay,
go.
so you guys walk to City Hall, which is like a 10-15 minute walk, no big deal. And you enter in, and it's in a nice building, obviously made quite some time ago. And it has about a dozen or so people walking around in it. There's a couple rooms off to each side. It's not like a grand City Hall, but it's, decent size. There is someone at the front desk. Nice little old lady with white hair named Betty. The thing says Betty.
Well, our best social expert here is, of course, Avocado. So we'll always put our best foot forward and get, I think, Livy to begin negotiations with this lady, or at least trying to get the information we need.
Oh, God.
Going with guns blazing, I see, Maynarde.
Yeah, let's use a bazooka to kill a fly here. Let's go for overkill. Livibee, go nuts.
All right. Well, obviously, I'll just be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
I've missed this. I really have.
We're looking for someone if you could help us out.
Well, hello, sweetie.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
Yes, of course I can help you. What are you looking for?
We're just a little bit lost, and we're looking for our friend. Could you please give us his name, address, phone number, social security number, and mother's maiden name, please?
Well, I'm afraid I can't give you his social security number, but if he lives in this town, I believe there are public records.
Oh,
What's his name?
perfect. What's it again? Michael Bolton.
No, that's the name of the town.
Randolph Carter.
We're in the town of
Randolph
Michael
Carter.
Bolton.
He
Randolph
lives in
Carter.
Michael Bolton. Okay,
Yeah.
stop. Yeah, you're getting your data.
I'm gonna start testing you guys, right? Like if you ask me, the DM, what a name or town is,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be like, your characters don't remember, and you fuck up.
Oh, I actually remember.
This is why I've written it down.
All right, sweet.
I've lost the
Yes.
paper I was writing everything on.
Rip.
We need to find
Womp
this
womp.
guy, Randolph Carter, please. Is that his name?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I got the right name on the list.
It's like, well, of course I know. I actually know exactly where he lives. He lives right down this street. Okay, so you're gonna walk north, probably back where you came from, about 8 minutes, and then he's gonna be right on top of this lovely little bakery. If you have a chance, please stop there, buy some things. I know the
Donut?
baker; she's amazing. I do believe they have donuts. Yes, although they might all be gone. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a hot
Did you
commodity.
just like
It's
spit at her?
understandable. My character spits at the old lady.
Look, she's our social expert, okay? All of us are just along for the ride. Whatever she does, we're like, this must be a good idea.
You didn't actually spit at her, did you?
I hope
Just
not.
to the side as a sign of disrespect.
Oh, well, she's like,
Oh,
well, that seemed uncalled for. Just kind of
I'm
looks
gonna
at you
interject. Just
sternly.
like, sorry, ma'am. She's from Australia, and I think they do that there. And I think that means thank you.
And do you
Oh.
have a compass by any chance? We might need it for later.
A compass? I'm sorry, I
Well,
don't
yes.
believe I do.
Can't we
Just like
just
a
use
fair
the
one.
sun?
Takes too much time.
Takes too much time. The speed of light is not fast enough here, Dragon.
Um,
The speed of light is not fast enough. She wishes to do something faster, and that is to look at a compass.
I'm sorry. I don't think I have a compass. Nice
Alright.
talking to you. Have a good day.
Nice meeting you.
And she turns
Bye.
around, does other things. Easy peasy.
I want a compass. I don't have one. Okay, bye.
So you guys
Wonderful.
follow her directions. What were they again?
We went down to the
North for 8
Above
minutes.
the bakery.
She lives on top of a bakery. Yep.
Back the way we came.
Well done.
She's quizzing us now.
She's quizzing us.
All right.
You
So
guys go the wrong direction and walk into a zombie.
I swear, I'm gonna start doing this. So you guys make your way north. It's easy peasy. People still, out and about. It is on top of a bakery that looks very pleasant and charming. And there's stairs on the right side that go to the second story, which doesn't really look like much. The bakery looks nice and well kept, but the second story, there's not much going on there. And there is a side entrance, on those stairs. So, what do you guys do?
Knock on the door. Second story. Can we go up there without the bakery guy getting upset about it? Do we have to go through the bakery to get up there?
No. You can just go up there.
All right. Well, tip of the hat and a good day to you, sir, to the bakery man, and then we are up the stairs straight to business. Once
I might buy a
again,
loaf
best
of
foot.
bread first.
Well, you're once again our best foot forward. So whatever you have to buy from the bakery.
Well,
Make it
I can't
snappy.
show up
Get up here and-
empty-handed. I'll just grab a loaf of bread, go up to the door, knock on the door, ask if we could borrow some condiments for our bread.
Condiments? You putting ketchup on it?
Like jam or whatever.
Do you not call jam and stuff like that, butter and stuff a condiment?
I don't think so.
We mostly
I think we
call
just.
like
I think it's more called a
mayonnaise,
spread.
ketchup.
It's a spread.
Yeah,
Yeah,
spread.
okay. Well, yeah. We don't call
So
it
our
that.
game
but I
She wants.
guess.
She wants some. She wants some Smuckers.
Is our game
And
plan
I'll bring him
to
a slice of bread.
pretend like we just want some condiments and then that's it?
Hell no, we're gonna ask him straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're asking straight
I don't
up.
think we need
We're
to
not,
come
we're
up
not,
with
we're
a
not
cover
gonna.
story.
We're not gonna beat
Oh,
around
it's not
any
a
bushes
cover
here.
story. It's just common decency.
To have
Well, what are we covering up here? Can't we just be straight up?
We're being straight up, but we gotta offer him some bread.
Oh,
What
we're
conspiracy?
a present.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
present.
Like
I
a
thought you were
housewarming
just
present.
going to go and be like, all right, so answer our questions, but also give me some jam.
Hey, Livy. Hey, Livy. If a fan arrived out of the blue and it was just like, "Here's a loaf of bread. Please let me inside." What
I mean,
What would your reaction be?
it depends if I was home alone. Sure, I'd take the.
So if
loaf
you
of
weren't
bread.
home alone and someone said, "Here's a loaf of bread. Can you let me inside?" You would say yes.
Yeah, if someone was home, I probably
Amazing.
wouldn't let a stranger in.
I don't feel like at least should
No.
be broadcasted on the
Don't
internet.
set this precedent.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Don't
Chat,
say that
Twitch
on
chat,
a
what's up?
broadcast.
Twitch chat, y'all tuning in?
Why would you do
There's
this?
the build. That's
Maynard?
the build right there. There it is.
Why would you do this?
Oh, God.
But no one's gonna find my address. You know what I
This
mean?
is where people. I hope you don't ever have like your subscription alerts and donation alerts out loud, because then someone's gonna be really smart. They're gonna be like, donation message, Alexa, what is my longitude latitude?
I don't even know.
I saw a streamer
Donation message.
almost-
Okay, Siri. What is
I
it?
saw a streamer.
Don't
Hey,
have an
Google.
iPhone.
Get got by that.
They had their stereo like black, like not in their headset or anything. That's so weird. I guess if you're like
Field-
in real life streaming and cooking or something.
Field 717 says his Alexa just went and gave him his lat long. Nice.
Just give me that long. Anyways, so what are you guys doing? So you're going up to the door.
We're going up the stairs and knocking the door to take a letter to this person. Yeah.
You knock on the door.
My bread first.
Avocado can get her bread. I assume nothing goes wrong. You pay for the bread.
Oh,
is-
How much is that?
It's 20 cents.
Oh,
She's like, oh shit!
You did the
Oh
wrong thing.
no! Handing over
Zombie
money
Grub-
for goods and services? I didn't expect that.
Zombie
Not in a
Grub, you don't understand
bakery.
what you just did. You
That's
just derailed us.
crazy.
Because now she's gonna
Zombie
try and
Grub,
talk to them
come
and get a
on.
discount and like use charm and oh my god.
It is 20 cents.
Fine. Okay, I'll deduct it from my thing.
Okay. You get a nice
You spent
Loaf
20
of
cents
bread.
for bread.
I got $33.80 remaining.
I can make
They
bread
took
for
one look at
20
you.
cents.
They took one look at you and they're like, well, she's foreign as heck. We can overcharge her.
Aw.
So now you have a loaf of bread.
Oh.
Nice sturdy loaf. And then you go up to the second floor with your buddies who are knocking on the door.
Hang on, I shoot the loaf of bread. I'm just kidding.
I already have a loaf of bread with bullet holes in it.
You just
So if you don't think I forgot.
We
about
knock on the door. Sorry.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's knock on the door.
Okay, so knock knock. The person inside yells out, "Who's there?"
Hi,
Libby,
friend.
it's all you.
It's me, your best friend Livy. It's me, your best friend Avocado.
What?
Ava.
You kind of hear the voice get closer to the door. He's like, "Who the hell is that?"
Your friend from Australia. I got some bread for you.
So shockingly, you there's a pause, and then you hear chains rattling, and he unlocks the door. When it opens, you see a
As
man
expected.
in his 40s. He's a little unkempt, but not the worst. He's got, some bags under his eyes, probably hasn't been sleeping too well, and his hair is slightly disheveled, but not like super long or anything. And you see
Guy sounds like my spirit animal.
the brief glimpse behind him of his living room, which seems to be the only room that's actually in there, but a big one, right? So you see a bed and you see a fireplace and all that. So just kind of normal stuff. So he peers at you. He's also got like a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow, despite it being 9 a.m. And
Oh, what a degenerate.
yeah, and he kind of like does like one of those like ZGB what's at you, and he's like, Australia. You say you're from Australia?
I've traveled very far to be here, my friend. I just gotta ask you a question.
What
Maybe
about?
two. First question, do you have any jam? I hold up the loaf of bread and I'll be like, look at this fresh loaf of bread. Doesn't it look tasty?
Oh, okay.
Our best foot forward.
Every time, always lead with Livy. Because I feel like you can always, instead we can't build a beautiful house on a shaky foundation. You know what I mean? We need to make we need to lay it out first and then build on top of it. So let's just
Yeah, worked
going.
great with Amanda.
Roll. Roll
Yeah, I love that part.
for. Let's see here. I don't even know. Roll for charm. Oops. That's a success.
God damn it.
Oh,
As
See,
expected.
chat's like, why
turn
does
that
this
down.
happen? Why do we do this? It's because she rolls well.
yeah, right.
Livibee, next BlizzCon, we're gonna go
Yeah.
find some houses. We're gonna try some of these tactics with you. I want to see if you can.
Yeah,
pull
we'll go to
these off in real
CVS to
life.
get a loaf of bread. Just knock on someone's door.
It will work 10 out of 10 times, I promise, yeah.
Shoot, I must have done something to.
I would
my
film
overlay.
this. This would make great downtime content.
Specifically for this show.
I'm supposed to have. Oh,
I hope we don't take breaks on this show.
I guess that works. Sure. Okay. So successful roll. So he's obviously like confused, but you kind of convince him that you're harmless enough, and he's like, okay, I guess I have some jam. And he like kind of turns to the side to let you in, and he's like, who are your friends?
Wait, what flavor's the jam?
Strawberry, I think.
All right, we're Gucci then. Let's proceed.
Cool. he's just like, all right. Who are my? What? he just like watches as like I guess the rest of you kind of like file through like one by one, and he's like, I don't. What is who? Who are you guys? What is happening?
So these are my friends that I met along the way. This is Amos.
Howdy.
This
I
is
don't
John
really know them
Guy.
that well.
And this is a nurse that's helped us kind of survived this long?
Whose name I have forgotten.
His name is really. I don't really know.
Like, what are names? Who wants to put a label on a person? It's more about your aura and who you are.
Yeah.
I forgot. Do we have his book with us, or did we take his book, or did we just?
I
Yes,
believe
there is a book
feardragon
that
has
Libby
a
stole.
book that makes us go insane inside of his prison wallet. I don't know about the actual.
That was Libibee's
we
book.
don't have like a. Yeah, we don't.
Can you
we don't
not
have that.
information this shit?
That was the King in Yellow. That's
The
not
King
the
in
same
Yellow.
book.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
it. Yeah.
That's not the same book.
Okay, so we
Survived
don't
the
have
crash
his
with the
book,
ghouls and everything.
but we just have his name, right? Okay.
I actually don't remember if you guys bought books or not, because I thought you guys bought books.
Wait. No, I don't think we bought books. Actually, maybe
I
we
thought you did, and then Livibee
No, I
tried
think
to
we
like
did.
haggle or something, and then the
Right.
shopkeeper was like, "Get the fuck out."
Yeah, yeah.
that
that's
rings
what
a bell.
happened.
So we tried to buy books, but we didn't buy books. I think. That's what-
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe that's what happened. Yeah, so I guess you don't have the book.
Definitely stole the King in Yellow.
Yes,
Yeah, we got
you
that
did.
one.
You guys
Okay,
haven't
so-
taken another look at it?
Avocado.
Man.
Avocado stole it.
Well, I convinced John to steal it.
Yeah, but I didn't read it.
That's true.
All right, so
So,
I guess while he's going to get some jam, I'll step up and be like, we actually wanted to talk to you about the book that you illustrated for.
illustrated for.
I thought he was wasn't he the one who drew the picture?
Yeah, he was.
To ask him, what do you know about the cult of Azathoth? Azathoth.
Azathoth.
Yeah, we wanted to talk to you about the illustration that you drew and the cult.
An illustration. You're talking about that book that stole all my ideas, all my stories, aren't you? Yeah, I guess I drew that, but I didn't give him permission to actually put it in their damn book. And he's handing Livibee the jelly currently. Before sitting down on his couch. When he got inside, by the way, you notice that there is more to his room, but I'll leave it for you guys. He sits down on the couch and he's kind of put out by the mention of the book. Yeah, I drew it. What do you want to know about it?
If I
Okay.
recall correctly, this came to him in a dream.
Yeah.
Could you explain more about the dream that you had, and well, for example, how did they take that illustration from you?
Well, it's not like they ripped it out of my hands, but it's more that I published my own stories. I gave a couple of friends, some trusted people, pictures of these stories, and they may or may not actually be true. I'm a horror writer, and fiction's what I do for a living, so sometimes I embellish. Doesn't mean that it's actually real.
Oh. Are we stumbling into a Scientology situation here where like a sci-fi writer has created a sci-fi religion and no one's actually concerned about that? They just think that it's real?
No,
like
because
Scientology?
we've definitely run into actual zombies, so I'm not worried about that.
That is true.
Can I excuse myself and say, can I use your restroom and sneak off and then go investigate and snoop?
Wasn't it a one-bedroom flat?
But she said that when we went in, we could see that there were actually other rooms.
What if his
Oh,
restroom
okay.
is a chamber pot in the corner of the room? directly next to him?
You can see that he has a bathroom.
Score one.
There you go.
Great job, guy.
All right. Yeah, I will go to the bathroom and then can I don't should I use like stealth to try and see if I can like sneak off from actually like going into the bathroom or something?
To be clear, it's a room plus a bathroom. There's actually not like a bunch
the
of
other room
rooms.
is just the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay,
I said there was more to his room.
Oh, more to his room. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I'm done.
You guys are so bad at this.
I mean, I'm engaging with him. It's
haven't
up to
done
them.
anything.
Yeah.
I am offering commentary.
Um,
Please do not lump me in with
I'm
this
just making
with this
jam
with this
sandwiches
troop.
for everybody.
Yeah, so anyways, so you don't go check around. Is that correct? John Doe doesn't go check around? Okay, yeah, okay, fine. So anywho, we stopped when Olimoley asked about the picture, and he said that it doesn't necessarily have to be true. He looks kind of nervous. He's kind of doing like a whole hand behind his neck and kind of shrugging like, who knows, maybe this, maybe that. And he kind of leaves it there.
How long ago was this? How long ago was it when they stole your work? And do you know who exactly was behind, the whole what's it called? Infringement?
Yeah.
Of, taking your shit?
Oh, I don't know. 5 years ago, 4, something along those lines. Who knows? I came back from a trip, had some crazy thoughts, wrote them down. Yeah, I have lots of crazy thoughts, though. I mean, I've written tons of books. And it kind of makes a gesture to a bookshelf that has a lot of books on it. Presumably all his.
A trip where?
You actually ask him that?
Yeah.
Well, besides, obviously, where everyone else went, alluding to World War One, I took some time and I traveled to Australia. Which is why I thought you might actually, but I see that he's looking at Avocado and he's just like, I thought, but you just seem kind of like a crazy person. So,
Oh, wait.
no, never mind about that.
Into Australia. Maybe you're my dad.
I am pretty
Anyway.
sure I'm not your dad. I'm
Must be a
not
reason
sure
why
about
the
that.
Close. That's the end of that chapter. Anyways.
Oh,
Curtain
boy.
down and scene. All right. All right.
Can I go
Um,
ahead and check his bookshelf?
You may. What do you guys use when you want to search for something or look at stuff?
Search
But
hidden.
hidden?
Locksmith.
Come
Intimidate.
on, children. Okay, cool. So Olimoley, the one who thought of it first, does successfully roll. I'm very, very happy about that. You are specifically looking at the bookcase, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that fumble.
That
100.
fumble.
Gotta get it out the road.
100.
Getting it
The
out.
book
Getting it
is
out.
falls
Getting it
No,
out.
over.
but now I have to actually do something because you fumbled.
Oh no.
Yeah, you gotta do something. All right. So
Oh God.
I knock over the bookcases or something.
Okay, so Olimoley's trying to kind of half pay attention, half seem like she's still talking to the guy, but she's also peering towards the books, which isn't too difficult because now it's you're here and they're on the one guy's on the right side, the bookshelf's on the left side, so it's not too difficult. And she's trying to read what the books say or what they look like, what they could be made out of, who knows. And then Maynard's character, Amos, who also is trying to
Nice.
do the same thing, realizes that he's a little more short-sighted than he remembered and starts to kind of just actually physically move towards the bookshelf, which inevitably makes him trip over a carpet and bump into it. So half the books fall onto the ground, ruining Olimoley's chance to actually read what half of them were.
So what did we learn? We learned don't roll for
I-
fun because D&D is not fun.
I
Roll when you have to.
quickly jump over to help put the books back on the shelves, but I take a look at the title of each one of the books and take note of anything that sounds cultish.
Okay.
Opportunity.
I'm gonna have to say that you have to roll something for that though, because you wouldn't necessarily know that it's cultish. So
Firearms.
I'm thinking not appraise is more of a money thing.
Can I help him with that? I mean,
You
since
could get up
obviously-
and also be like, oh, sorry, we found books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be library use? To
No, I'm
organize
gonna go
it
with
back up?
it's gonna be a cult actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Library use is the physical ability
Oh well,
to
I'm not
research.
I'm not looking at. Oh okay.
Yeah. But actually identifying certain titles as something that's relevant to you guys, unless it literally says Azathoth, you guys don't know much.
Right.
Well,
So
don't worry, because you know what they call me is one shot John, and I miss every shot.
all right, so you don't do so hot, but Anna's also trying to look, so she can roll.
Nope.
It's gonna
You
be
guys'
difficult.
valley is at 5.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. So both of you go over and start looking through the books as you
Can we
pick
get
them up.
Randolph to roll?
No. You could just ask him about the books, but that's far too simple. So you guys pick up
that
all the
Whoa.
books.
Hey, no backseating, ZombieGrub.
God.
Let us play the game, all right?
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Jeez.
So pick up all the books. You don't really recognize anything. In fact, some of them sound like they're equivalent of like the Hardy Boys with their titles. You know, there's like alliteration and like the I can't do alliteration. I don't even know why I tried. But they don't look very interesting or very scientific either. They just seem like they're fiction books, so you just put them back in the
Do I
shelves.
notice any books that are written by him?
Yeah, like all of them are.
Oh, okay, all of
Oh,
them.
he's written a lot of books.
He has a shelf
Damn.
full of his own stuff. Oh, Jesus. Narcissist.
Why is that weird?
Narcissistic.
Likes himself a lot, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe he does. Do you guys want to do anything else now? As he watched this whole thing unfold, by the way, and he's like, he doesn't care that you read his books, so he might have noticed that you were reading
I
it.
might care about the bookshelf so much. Sorry, sir, the bookshelf came directly at me. I've never been attacked by furniture before, but I assure you I'm undamaged and I'm sure you're concerned.
Okay.
Well, can he tell me the last question that I really wanted to ask about the whole stuff was like, does he remember who authored the book that like basically stole his illustrations and plagiarized his stuff?
Oh, I don't remember who they are. I mean, who's keeping track of these things anyways?
Wouldn't you? They stole your crap. He doesn't care at all? You don't care?
Yeah, why don't you
Oh,
share?
you ask him don't care.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. I mean, it's not an issue of me caring or not. It's just more that if I care, there's nothing to be done about it.
Did you happen to write any of your novels around that depiction or use it in anything?
Around the what?
The picture or like the stuff that was basically stolen. Did he end up? I'm asking if he ended up writing with any of it.
Yeah. Well, I wrote a pretty fascinating story, if I do say so myself, about well, I like to call it outer space, but it's not really outer space. I dreamed of this, so I'm not saying it's real, but I had a dream and I went into outer space, and there was this god creature, and he told me that Azathoth would save us all. Of course, I didn't actually believe it. It's just a dream. It doesn't really matter. And I wrote about that. You can find it in that book right there. And he points to one of the books on the shelves.
Can I buy this book?
What?
Can I buy this book?
Can you buy it?
First.
You can buy it at a bookstore.
I'm from out of town. I get lost easily. Can I buy this book?
No. Then I'll have to buy my own book at a bookstore.
Can I get the
They'd be
title of the
delighted.
book?
Sure. He gets up and hands it to you so you can
Should
read
ask
the title
before we
of the
do
book.
this. My fighting skill's not too bad. How do we feel about knocking him out and taking it?
Oh my god! Let me just read it.
Wait, I
first.
wanted to ask you what.
I didn't say kill him.
All right, time to bust
Oh,
out the
wait.
whiskey.
Look, my character is a hammer, and to a hammer, everything looks like a fucking nail, all right?
Wait,
That's all I'm saying.
Maynard,
fair.
let's be reasonable. There's no one here that would notice if we did kill him.
Exactly. But we're not going to kill him. I just wanted to knock him out and take his book. He's being irate. He's
Well, you
he's
gotta
halting our
offer
progress.
twice as much.
Can
as
we
what the
just read the book
book.
here? Why do we have to
Sure.
kill him?
Okay.
Will he let us sit around and read his book in his house for
Yes.
however many hours it takes to read his book?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, then there's no problem. Let's go. I'm not a crazy person. Let's do
Damn.
that.
So he's very accommodating.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if
sure.
he's gonna let you read the entire book. But if you want to flip through
Oh, that's a problem.
the pages,
Oh, sounds like
Get some
knockout
more
city
bread,
to me.
Okay.
Libby, go get some more
plan.
bread
Here's the
so we can make
plan.
some tea and sit down and have a good reading.
We can read the book, and I will just also
Story
pick
time.
up some other random book or something. And if I get a chance and I notice that like someone else is like talking to Randolph or something or asking a different question, I'll kind of whisper to Olivia's character who's holding the book right now, and I'll kind of
Anna.
say like when we're leaving,
Oops.
just give the book to me. I'll like sneak it out. We can just steal it. And then if he catches me stealing it, we'll knock him out. But I don't say that part.
Guys,
I don't
I'm
tell
just a
her that
nurse.
part.
I'm just trying to find
I don't tell.
things
I don't.
out.
I just tell you. We'll take the book if you don't find anything in time.
Okay.
Just give it to
jeez.
me.
So I'm really motivated to not get this guy killed. I'm going to
No one
read
said.
the book as best
Robbie
as
is the
I
only one that
can.
mentioned the word murder.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't mention the word murder at all. I said just steal.
Yeah, I'm hoping we don't have to cause any more crimes over the ones that we've already piled on the
Oof.
last 2 days that I've met you. So
I can leave some money when I steal it.
can I start reading the book now?
yes, you may start
Yes,
reading the book.
read.
It is called The Dream Quest of Unknown Kadaf.
Ugh, that's too long. Can someone write that down?
Which is an actual book by H.P. Lovecraft. There you go. So that's the title, and it doesn't really have that much of an interesting cover or anything, but
Does it have any pictures?
it does. the cover is a picture,
Perfect.
but it's kind of a weird picture. It shows like very. They're statues, but they're not really like very interesting statues. They're hardly even carved into. So you don't really know what the cover is. It's kind of weird. But
cool.
Can I show him the cover and ask him what's
Sure.
this about?
yeah, he's like, oh, well, that just was something I saw in my dreams as well. I think I don't know, it was probably inspired from like Egyptian architecture or something.
Did you draw it?
Yeah, I drew it.
You're not
You saw this in your dream?
the greatest artist. How about you describe it to me and I can draw it for you? I'm an artist.
I can assure you that's exactly how I saw it.
Okay.
In your
So-
dream, right?
Yes, in my dreams, which
Okay.
aren't real.
You mentioned that in your dream it said it was going to save everyone. What was
Yeah.
it saving everyone from?
I don't know. It was just a dream, and to be honest, I didn't really trust the person that was talking to me. I don't know what it was, some creature.
And why were you in
Creature.
Australia?
Well, I like to travel, and wanted to get as far away as possible from life back at home for a while, and that happened to be Australia.
That'll do it.
Did
Yep.
you find a striking young lady there?
My God, you trying to fight your daddy again?
Well,
She's like, did you fuck anyone while you were there? It's
I
like, oh my god.
must admit that I had a few lady friends while I was there, but I can assure you that you were not my
Guys,
daughter.
my daddy's a player.
My daddy's a
Anywho.
player.
So here I'm
So
gonna
you admit you're my dad?
okay.
Stop!
So you keep noticing that he's a little
Can I
nervous.
roll to gag a party member?
You could, yes. You note that he's been a little nervous the entire time. Every time he talks about his dreams and whatnot, he seems a little like clipped, right? Like he initially really wants to talk about it, and then he's like, never mind, and he pulls back. You also notice that the room is not just a typical room. Yeah, there's a bed, there's a fireplace, there's the bathroom, whatever, but that there also seems to be a lot of alcohol bottles, which maybe isn't the weirdest thing. They're kind of neatly lined up, but they are partially empty. And that there are vials of white powder that are
knows how to
also
party.
next to it. So, I'm going to say that all of you
I
notice
would-
that.
I grab one of the vials of white powder, just like casually walking up to it and like looking and examining, and just kind of see if he reacts.
Oh yeah, he instantly kind of like they're all in like the mantle of his fireplace, which is a very like crummy little fireplace, but still. And he once he sees you walk over towards it, he kind of jumps up from the couch and he's like, what are you doing? Where are you going?
I was just taking a look around. You have some really fascinating stuff.
Well, yes, and expensive stuff. So please, if you could put that back.
Are these vials expensive? What is it?
It's medicine.
Oh, are you sick?
Yes.
What do you have? What's wrong?
You wouldn't know about it, but that helps me, so please don't touch it.
Oh,
I have
I'm a
some-
nurse.
Yeah.
I just imagine Anna just being like, "Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm
I'm
here.
a nurse.
You can tell me what kind of ails you have, and then I can probably help you.
you." He kind of starts to get really nervous. He's like, "You can't help me. I've been to plenty of doctors. I mean, that's why I went to Australia. Is that there were some doctors there. I wanted to get really far away, but also, you can't
All
help
right.
me."
This guy's lying. I'm gonna apply some charm here and try and get him to open up. Because I think that's my best roll.
Oh, a
Okay.
charm.
Can John, like I gesture to John to give me the bottle so I could see what kind of medicine it is.
He
That
didn't
guy
let me
wouldn't let him
grab
near
it
the
yet.
bottle.
He
Yeah,
didn't let me grab it.
if he lets him grab
But-
it, then
I just want to note that if Amos distracts
God!
this guy enough,
Fuck this fucking game.
okay. I was just gonna say if at some point during these conversations it looks like Randolph gets distracted enough, I will try and steal one of the bottles. One of
okay.
the vials. But like
Well,
I will try and keep an eye out to see basically if he's like talking to someone and his like back's to me or something.
he's awfully flustered trying to talk to Anna right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure where everyone's like standing and stuff in respect to these bottles, so I just wanted to say like when it
so-
looks opportune.
I mean, I guess I could draw it as well. I have this. Let's just erase the car. Clear drawings.
I like the car.
Too bad it's gone.
I actually hated that car.
So here's the room. This was like the entrance, let's say. Door. And over here was the bathroom. Okay, but imagine it. Actually, never mind. Just go with
Actually
it.
being a separate room.
Yeah, well, I was like, actually imagine it being. Redo. Okay, I can't. It's long. Let's do this. There we go. Oh, draw shape. Door. Bathroom.
Where's?
Okay. Entrance. Couch. Fireplace. Bookshelf. Books. Fire. And the kitchen area. Kitchen. Yep. So initially you all were here, which I don't remember which ones each of you are, but let's go with it.
And,
And he was sitting on the couch.
Mhm.
This is him. And I think you were the magician, so you went over to the fireplace to look at the vials while they were over here. Well, Livibee is actually more over here. While they were helping with the books. Oh, I guess, yeah, Maynard's over there. There you go. And he got up and was like, "Whoa, what are you doing there, buddy?" Oh, that's wrong. Whoop. And now he's here. And he's
Okay, cool. Now that you've
staring
drawn
at
all
you.
that, I think we're ready to go.
there you go. Shut up. Look, okay.
All right.
I gave you the image.
Cool.
What you gonna do now?
Well, I just wanted to interrupt because I wasn't sure if Amos rolling his charm was gonna be
It's
enough
gonna
of
work.
a distraction. I just wanted to
I was just
interject
like
before
I
he
was
started
just
talking.
I was going to say a line and then he would just deny me because my roll failed, but we don't need to.
But yet you should say it anyways. You could still charm
I?
the audience.
I was only just gonna be regular human beings, be like, sir, something seems not quite right here. You seem unwell. Yeah, you're in some kind of squalor. Can we help you?
Oh, I'm fine. I got everything I need here. And he kind of glances nervously at the vials.
Yep, there it is.
Can I examine the vials just as they are?
Yeah. So you can get a little bit closer, but he gets more and more nervous as you go up.
Can I try and identify what like his medicine is?
You could. You'd have to roll medicine. Ooh, a success. Okay.
Get him done, Prime.
So you don't you don't actually know exactly what it is.
Right.
But
Without like actually touching it.
Yeah, you do basically you confirm that it is a addictive substance that probably doesn't really have any healing qualities whatsoever, but probably, considering his talks about dreams and whatnot, probably just gives the feeling of being high. So you're like, well, it's not opium, but maybe it's something like that type of thing. If you roll in occult and manage to somehow miraculously get a pass, you could maybe figure it out. Okay. Well, it was worth a try.
Can
Yeah.
I, given my and I would understand if you just say no, but given my history as a mobster, who probably also has some knowledge of drugs, especially addictive drugs and stuff, would it be something that I could potentially roll on to try and recognize?
You would not recognize it.
Okay.
So that's all. Anything else?
Can I ask him? So, how long have you been taking your medicine? Like, when did you before you even went to Australia, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Is this around the same time that you started having these dreams?
Something just made a really horrific sound. Be right back.
Oh no.
Her cats are missing, so I'm assuming it's her cats.
Well, she just
I'm
went,
sorry?
oh, so it's probably not an axe murderer.
Yeah,
Otherwise, she would have been a little bit louder.
Yeah, I figured it was my cat, but it was just the weirdest sound. It was my cat. You know the door stoppers? And you flick them?
Oh.
Yeah. He's flicking the door stopper.
Okay.
Boring.
Oh, you worried me for a second there.
I was worried. I was like, what the fuck broke? Anyways, so where do we leave off?
I asked him
When did he take
when
his
he
medicine?
started taking
Right.
these medicines. Is that around the time that he started having these dreams?
No, I've always been a very imaginative person, so.
He's always been a dreamer.
So he's been taking them. Okay.
Where do you get your medicine from?
Where do I get it? Oh,
Yeah.
well, there's a nice little pharmacy. About a 10-minute walk from here. Yeah, I think that one closed. I think I get I think I get an Arkham. Yeah, that's where I last got it, for sure.
Okay. But where in Arkham? Because like, you mind if I have some?
Yes,
feeling
I
a bit ill.
mind if you have some.
I'm feeling a little ill. You don't want to help your daughter out?
You're not my daughter. You're some weirdo who came into my house.
You say that, but we should do a DNA test just to be sure.
A what
until
test?
the- DNA test. You know, to confirm you're my blood.
A what?
You're my family.
I don't think I am.
Well, you say you're not. I say we are. We're at
Oh,
a bit of
yeah.
stalemate until we figure it out. You should probably give me some medicine.
1986 is when the first DNA test was used in a criminal investigation.
I
Oh,
think they actually discovered DNA in like the 50s or something. I can't remember when it was.
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So we can't really.
You might as
figure
well
it
have told him
Oh.
PogChamp. It's as bad as,
out. We probably should just assume that you're my dad.
Okay, let's just be safe here and just assume that he's your fucking dad.
Just
God.
be on the safe side.
Anyways,
You might as well
Olivia
just ask him for
Prime.
money. It's like, can I have your drugs? What?
Yeah,
What do you mean I
drugs
can't
and
have your
money,
drugs?
please. Can I charm him?
You can try.
I feel like it'd have to be a good roll.
You
Oh.
failed. So what were you trying to charm him?
To give him
What
the
did you
drugs.
say?
Give him some drugs.
To give him drugs.
give him some-
Oh. Oh, okay.
And that I'm his daughter. Maybe I should persuade to.
No, you got one charm.
Hey, Dad, can you
Oh,
give me
damn.
some
You failed
addictive
anyways.
substances?
Like a bonding experience. So you try both. You try twice to kind of how about it, Dad? How about it?
Huh?
Yeah.
Come on.
And every time he's like,
This
no.
guy just doesn't want to accept responsibility, dude.
And eventually, after a couple of nudges from Avocado, he's like, Get out. Get out of my house. Get out.
Avocado? Just avocado, right?
All of you.
I'll
Wait.
leave after
Aw.
Okay. While he's pointing out the door, can I do my sleight of hand check to steal?
Yes.
I'm going to push it.
Please do.
my.
Hard success.
Oh my god.
I steal all the
Hooray,
vials
this
that
wasn't a
he
waste of
doesn't-
time.
All right,
did
so you
it.
definitely snatch one vial from the case and slip it into your pocket, your jacket pocket, and he does not
Man,
notice.
okay.
But he is yelling at you
That
guys to get the fuck out.
Wait, did I also steal the book?
I can't believe he.
We never
is
put the book back, right?
avoiding-
Hang on, I thought you were stealing the book, not the vial.
Yeah.
What?
I'm
The book's
stealing
way more
both.
important than the stupid vial. What are
I
you
wanna steal
doing?
both.
Oh my
You
god.
never stole the book. Olivia's character
Well-
sat down with it and read it.
Olivia's character, did she ever put it back?
He's gonna note it. Okay, if he still has the book, he's gonna say, "Put the book back and get the fuck out."
All right. I
Okay,
mean,
let's
at least
talk
I read
about-
it, so I know what's going on in there.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess you
Right.
can steal his drugs, make him angry.
Well, it'll just be good to know what we're dealing with here.
All right, I put the book back, and I guess we're herded out.
Well, as you guys start to leave, I guess the last person out's gonna be Anna. She puts the book back.
Right.
He stops you in particular at the entrance and says, "Why are you guys actually here? What are you guys even searching for?"
I just tell him the truth. Like, basically, there's been a lot of things happening in Arkham, and we do believe that people are
Sorry about that.
using the stories that you've created and trying to make it a reality. And we're just trying to figure out why this is happening, or where we can basically find the source of who's causing all this stuff to happen.
He looks at you and then says, "Find that book somewhere else." It's still mine. Find that book somewhere else, and I suggest reading it. It's one of my best works. And he starts to close the door and kind of push you out, and then he stops and says, "Also, look into Lewis Hendricks. But you didn't hear this from me." And then he physically pushes you out and closes the door.
Okay. He's the
Cool.
charitable person that funds orphanages.
That's true. Way to go, Avocado.
Damn, shit.
He has a connection to the recent disappearance of children, right?
He supports all the orphanages in Arkham, and there have been
Where the children's are missing from.
you guys know that children have gone missing because the little orphan girl told you.
And
Little
we
orphan
also
Annie.
know that there was a whole question about some gifted one. I can't remember what it was. Where there were like children that we learned from Amanda that might have been selected as like the new coming of some prophet or something, right?
Right.
And that they killed Amanda's son because they wanted to make sure it wasn't hers. Or like,
No, she killed a bunch of babies because she wanted her son to be the chosen one.
right. That was it.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody. Like, once I guess we're regrouping in front of the bakery.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and tell them what he told me, and my first suggestion is that we need to go to a library or a bookstore, get our hand on this book that he asked specifically for.
Okay.
Wait, he told us to talk to Lewis Hendricks. Let's go back up there and ask him why.
Yeah.
And what is your guys' reaction to that? You all agree to go to the library?
Yes. I think getting this book is important.
Okay. Okay, so you guys find the library. You ask around.
There's no. I was going to say that we'd have to go to City Hall again for this Hendricks guy, right? But is he Arkham based?
Oh,
no,
Yes.
I guess we.
Sit on bed.
Well, you don't really know. You know he's
Yeah, we
super
wouldn't-
rich and he's heavily involved in Arkham stuff, but you guys don't really know. Feardragon would know a bit about him, but he does keep his affairs kind of quiet.
Well,
What would I know about him?
Well, you've been in Arkham, so you've heard about this really nice guy
Oh, okay.
who's also like a millionaire.
All right, so I'm gonna try and find like, are we just gonna breeze past this? Like, we're at the library where we found the book.
I don't think you
All
guys
right,
have
let's start diving into it.
to try too hard for this one. Library use, and if you fail, campaign's over. So you guys go to the library, and it is in the fiction section, so it's not like it's behind a bunch of doors and hidden and stuff. The nice
Right.
librarian just points you right to it. Hasn't been rented out. It's been rented out a couple times. See a bunch of like the stamps on it that say it's been rented like 4 or 5 times, and what dates they've been rented to. So you would notice maybe that it hasn't been rented in like a long time, maybe like three years ago, something like that. So you kind of have to like dust it off a little bit. But
Is there any
that's-
name on the last person it was rented to?
No.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there aren't, in my memory of
I've been to a library
books.
in 15 years, so.
No, I think it's
Yeah, I was
just
going to say the last time I went to a library was in high school, and that the last people that rented the book were like on a piece of paper in the back of the book.
Yeah.
It would
that's
actually
what I
have the
thought.
name of the people in the back.
Mm,
But maybe this library's different. Not
Yeah,
telling
I
you-
was
not
like-
telling the people what's what. Just saying.
We're gonna say this library doesn't. My library just had the date and the quality of the return. So like return with good
Quality
or
of
whatever.
return.
Yeah, I'd say like
Basically, like
date.
new-
We rate
return.
this book a
News.
69, therefore it is a fail.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what your school said.
Yeah. So the like it's like a 250 page book, so not too long, not too short. And you do see that it's the exact same book cover and all, and it says written by Randolph Carter. And as you flip through it, to read it, it's going to take like 2 hours if you guys want to.
Well, can
I
we
think reading
rent
this
it
book is
out?
very, very important.
Yeah,
So
we're
let's read it.
only an hour into the session. We have 2 hours.
Yeah, okay, then so let me just read you this entire book, guys. No, I don't actually have it available. Although apparently it is copyright free, so I could. But I won't.
That's the next 2 hours of our campaign and end scene.
Well, I mean,
Right.
as long as we've got like the clip notes from this book for like if
Right,
Olivia is
right.
the one that
Summarize
reads
it, girl.
So
if Olivia Prime
Awesome.
reads it, my character could just go outside and have a cigarette because my guy just cares about like who do we need to shake down here?
okay,
Where's our next destination?
While Olivia Prime is reading,
So-
just a quick question,
okay.
because would the King in Yellow be here? At the library.
You would have to look.
You have it already.
You have the King in Yellow.
Livibee, or sorry, Avocado has it, but
you
she
have it.
also was acting really weird about it. So I was just curious if they would have it here. If I could.
It's not
see
exactly
why.
a book that's found everywhere.
That's what I figured. I just wanted to check.
Okay.
Got magical powers, and you can't touch it. It's mine.
Okay, I guess I'll go check.
Okay. Well, you don't find it.
Oh,
I
okay.
could have just told you that.
Oh, okay. Does
Your
that
library
use
use
still
is
count?
very good, though.
Does it still count for leveling up?
Sure. Yeah. You successfully found it wasn't there.
Cool. I'll take it.
Yeah. So, all right. So, first of all, I guess Anna is the one that's determined, like, is going to read the book. Then Amos actually goes outside and smokes a cigarette. So that happens literally. And you two go off. I don't even know what Avocado's doing. I'm not going to ask. And Amos,
Whoa.
while smoking a cigarette,
She's making a like a fort with books, just like sitting in there, spreading jam on her forehead and saying, "I'm the Australian princess.
I finally found my dad."
I am your god. Worship me."
Amos notices something kind of weird happening outside. Not the weirdest, but the normal like hullabaloo of an early day as it turns into like 10 a.m. and then 11 p.m. as you guys read the book. Takes about 2 hours. You kind of notice that there seems to be a lot of people headed in the same direction. Like almost like it kind of reminds you of like ants. When you watch ants, they suddenly like they're like freaking out trying to find sugar or something, and then they all decide to go back to the queen, and they start walking all in a straight line. So it's not a lot of people, but you kind of notice like the pattern stops being totally chaotic, and a couple people just keep on going past you in the same exact
It's
way.
when the queen F2s her ants back to the hatchery.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
That's like Warcraft pathing as well, so they all like reorganize and stuff. But you notice it, and I'll say that you can roll a spot hidden to see if you notice anything else.
I'm gonna try. Hopefully, I don't knock over another fucking bookcase. Let's try. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, etc., etc. Where's spot hidden? There it is. Attaboy, Amos.
You
Keep
failed.
them rolls coming.
So that's all you notice, but you do it kind of you just kind of go like, what's wrong with this town? What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, something feels not quite right.
Yeah. Back in the library, Anna is reading the book, and as I said, it takes about 2 hours to read. So eventually, you come back inside, but you see she's still reading, and probably don't mention anything to her yet. But she reads, and here is the quickest summary I can give of the book. So it sets up that this main character named John, something like that, named John, is involved with like this mystical dream. Keeps on dreaming of things, and all these things seem to point towards like some ultimate being that exists. But while you're reading it, you catch more of the details that might be more important than just like quickly looking through. You catch that a lot of the descriptions, some of the pictures as well, very much so remind you of like whatever you've learned from Egyptian archaeology, which is very rough back in the 1920s, but they are discovering things. I think King Tut's tomb was discovered in the 20s. But anyways, but you do recognize that it's kind of Egyptian. So you find that interesting. You note that. And then you also, of course, note the actual names that are used. So Azathoth, you do see Azathoth. It's harder to say every time. Being mentioned. And you also see a new guy being mentioned. Excuse me for my pronunciation here, but the Nyarlathotep. Hold on here. I'm gonna Google this one. Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep.
Sound like that girl in Thor that's like can't say Mjolnir and just keeps calling him Mjol Mjol.
Yeah.
It's Mjolnir.
Oh my god.
Mjol Mjol.
Nyarlathotep. Nyarlathotep. Thanks, English dude pronunciation.
Anyway, so meal.
So Nyan Nyan, okay? It's Nyan Nyan cat. Keeps getting mentioned.
Nyarlathotep. There we go. I did it. Nyarlathotep.
Yeah.
I've learned.
And you see that the theme of the book is that this guy trusts Nyarlathotep, Nyan Nyan, and keeps on doing everything that he says, and then gets taken to all these amazing places. Initially, it's like a big Egypt place, and then there's like some magical, fantastical land with a bunch of wildflowers and stuff, and then he ends up in space, and that's when he realizes, like, oh god, Nyarlathotep actually is not a friend. He is not Nyan Cat. And what the guy sees before he is able to heroically bring himself back from his dream and save his soul is a giant, all-encompassing blob with no eyes, tentacles, and a gaping mouth that wanted to destroy him and everything that he has been connected to. But it's just a dream.
How many hit points did it have?
Azathoth, right?
1,000.
Isn't that Azathoth?
Yes, and
Azathoth.
the character says that he dubbed it Azathoth, and then he ended up cursing Nyan Nyan up, down, left, and right. But since it's all dreamscape stuff, he can't really do much about it, and he kind of just lives his life as a crazed maniac who is addicted to alcohol and drugs to try and forget his life,
So basically,
his dreams, not his life.
so if we're supposed to take what we're basically learning is that people took parts of this dream and are trying to make it reality, but without realizing that it's really, really bad for them.
Well, it's one
Interesting.
person's interpretation that
Mhm.
Azathoth was trying to kill him.
Right. Okay.
Could we?
Oh, you also do see mentions of a powdery substance that is used to enhance the dreams. And it is called plutonian, the plutonian drug.
La cocaína.
Plutonium. We can nuke Cthulhu.
Plutonian is like from Pluto. It's just like a general name for a substance they don't know.
All right.
What do
I-
we know about this prophet, by the way? That the kid prophet that they were expecting?
The chosen one?
Yeah.
Not much. The Amanda just kept mentioning that her son was like destined for greatness and was going to bring about good things, and it sounded very positive, actually, from the mind of a
Yeah.
crazed lunatic.
Because I'm just thinking, in a weird way, this guy is the one that had the original dream of all this stuff. He, in a way, is kind of like the original prophet.
Sure. They're just dreams, though.
Yeah.
Nothing bad ever happens in dreams.
All right. So when I'm done reading, and I guess we're regrouping, once they see that I'm done, I go ahead and summarize it for them, explain the key points just like you did, so everybody's up to speed. And then now I think it's time to look into this Lewis person,
Hendrix.
Hendrix.
Lewis Hendricks. Who you could try and figure out where he is here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna suggest. We go to the city hall, see if he because apparently, if this guy's going to Arkham to get his drugs and stuff, I guess it's not like it's. I mean, we drove here in a day. I guess it's like a common transit, to go back and forth between these two cities.
Mhm.
Maybe he doesn't necessarily have to live in Arkham.
That's true.
We'll start here. I mean, doesn't hurt before we go back to Arkham.
So do you guys go back to City Hall?
Mm-hmm.
Can you
All right.
really figure
Yep.
out where
Let's get as
people
much
live?
information as possible.
What's that,
Can you
Feardragon?
really-
Yeah, in the
Are there-
past.
Can you really figure out where people live at City Hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
You can get
even-
blueprints of other people's houses at City Hall,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even
today.
in today.
Yeah.
even today. Yep.
That's really creepy.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But anyways, so you guys go back to City Hall, and at the very least, if you can't find personal residences, then you can at least find like business, right? People who own a business and where their business is located. When you go back though, and you talk to Betty, who talks to Betty?
Livy, she's got a rapport with her. I
Oh.
think we always
Okay.
get Livy to.
Well, she got
What
angry at her.
Australian girl's gonna come back?
No, no, no.
that's
I
fine.
love old.
No. She
people.
get,
Oh,
the
it's
guy
not that
got
way.
Randall got angry at her.
No. She spat.
Yeah, but then Maynard tried
Yeah,
to
but then-
convince her that it was okay.
But then I told her
Oh.
it was an Australian thing to say thank you.
Okay.
You know,
That's what
our
the
people say
kangaroos do.
cunts are friends. So like
No.
we're weird.
She's cool with me. We're friends already.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, Betty. How's your day going?
Well, hello again. What did you find Randolph?
Yeah, it turns out he's my dad, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah. Looking for another person though. Good friend.
My mom.
Have
you
you heard of Lewis Hendricks by any chance, Betty?
well, who hasn't heard of Lewis Hendricks?
Oh, is he quite popular? Is he?
Well, he's only the most charitable man that ever has existed. He's basically
Ooh.
Santa Claus.
Oh, then I definitely want to meet him. Do you know where he lives?
Well, I don't think anyone really knows where he lives. He's got multiple houses. He lives in Arkham. He's got a house here, I think. Don't know exactly where he does his business, though. Seems
Where's
that he
his
just
house
kind of
here?
floats around and has lots of money going this way and that.
Could you write down his address for me?
Well, I'm sorry, man, but even if I had his address, I don't think Mr. Hendricks would much appreciate his privacy being interrupted. You know, as a very wealthy man, he gets a lot of ne'er-do-wells trying to ask for handouts.
Oh, no, I don't need no handout. As you can tell, I'm quite well dressed.
Just in a potato sack.
And I'm looking like a supermodel, so really, it doesn't seem likely that's the case. But I understand where you're coming from. Maybe you could just point me in the direction of where the house is.
You can charm her.
Oh,
You failed.
I haven't had much luck today.
She says, I'm sorry, miss. I really can't help you. With such a charitable man, I'd prefer to keep his whereabouts, private. Private as he wants them to be.
But you don't understand, Betty. See, my good friend, and I point to John, my good friend John over here, really needs to speak to him. It's of the utmost amounts of urgency.
The one covered in scars with a big gun.
You can try persuade.
Who? John or me?
Persuade. Yeah, you can persuade Betty.
If I open my mouth, this will go south.
Yay.
So
Yeet.
she starts to look a little nervous, like maybe, there really is some important thing that's happening. I mean, John doesn't look like a business type, but maybe. And she kind of goes, okay, well, let me see what I can do here. And she walks off, and you see her go off to like the right side and just kind of start talking to a gentleman in his 40s, and he asks her something, and she nods, and then he nods, and he comes on over and stands in her place where she was behind the desk, and he looks at you and he says, I hear that you're asking about Mr. Hendricks, is it?
That's the name.
And who are you?
Well, my name's Avocado. I've come a very long way, traveled far and wide, vast the distance of the world from Australia. I have my own avocado business, and it's quite successful. I need to speak to Mr. Lewis Hendricks urgently.
I'm afraid Betty got that information wrong. She said that your friend, John, needed to speak to him.
Yes, we're a collective.
we're a hive mind.
Well, I'm sorry, Miss Avocado, but
Yes.
neither you nor John can talk to Mr. Hendricks. I'm afraid he's a very busy person and doesn't have any time for people who don't already have information that he has given them to his
Aren't
whereabouts.
the city hall, like, are you his personal assistant? Scheduling his.
Yeah.
Well-
Can I speak to your
Daily life?
manager, please?
I am the manager. Not even manager.
Manager of
speak to the
City
mayor?
Hall.
Yeah, manager of City Hall.
I'd like to speak to the mayor, please.
You cannot speak to the mayor. It's not as simple as that. But I am not Mr. Hendricks' personal bodyguard or secretary. I just simply, we at City Hall and the city of Bolton appreciate what Hendricks has done for us, and we will comply with his wishes not to be found.
I'm gonna have to
Did he
write.
say
Yeah, that
those
doesn't
were
really
his
work for
wishes?
me.
Yes, he said his wishes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to write a formal complaint to your manager. Unless
Well,
you're pi-
I don't see what that'll do, but please do so. And he kind of points to like a suggestion box that's off to the right side.
Is she behind glass?
No, it's like the desk in Parks and Rec that Ron Swanson has to work
Okay.
at.
So
Swivel,
both her
swivel.
and her manager.
Can I ask him what has Mr. Hendricks done for the city of Bolton? Like, is he involved with like donations or charities here?
Well, of course, he's only the most charitable man in all of Massachusetts.
I'm asking specifically, like which projects he's overseen, basically in Bolton.
Well, I have you know that he funds our orphanage, and he funds an architecture group to improve the quality of structures in Bolton. And I'm sure he has many other dealings, and
Okay.
he's helped many of us on a more personal level.
Well,
Alright.
we don't really we don't need to know where Mr. Bolton is, but could you let us know the name of the architecture group and the orphanage, like the location?
Well, he hesitates, trying to figure out if this is a okay thing to say or not. I suppose that's doable. Here, let me write down the names and locations. And he takes a piece of paper and he writes them down.
And then also write down the house of the address of Michael of the Hendricks.
Michael Bolton.
No.
I'll roll you for it. How about that?
No, he's not gonna do it.
No. She's not saying that out of
I'll
character.
roll you
She's saying
for
that in character. She will gamble with Betty.
Scramble.
With Betty. Okay, Betty actually ends up being an amazing like poker player, dice roller, and
I'll
Hustles
play
are
I
your
remember
role.
all the time. Remember all the times when I like worked for GameStop back in the day, and people came to the shop and they were just like, "Hey, I want this game for free," and I'm like, "No," and they're like, "I'll roll you for it."
1v1 me, bruh.
Yeah, 1v1 me for this game, dude. Like, oh, well
Wait,
then I
that
guess
really
that's
happened?
okay. No,
Oh, okay.
I'm making fun of Livibee.
Oh.
So he ignores Avocado and writes down the orphanage.
Fair.
I mean, the orphanage is it's like the orphanage of St. Jude or something, very, very Christian. And it is about a 10-minute walk east. And he also writes down at the architecture firm, which is like, trying to think of new names here. It's, hold on. Whoops.
Bolton Architecture Firm.
Bolton Architecture Firm, exactly. There's like this picture on Reddit of like this seems like a
So
place
creative.
that like it was like a desperate D&D DM came up with, and it's like it was something like Library of Boston at 134 address, like very, very basic. I was gonna go with an actual name, but I just can't stop thinking of the word John. So
You like John? That's okay.
yeah, apparently. I mean, it's probably one of the most popular names back then, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Last name generators. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. It's called Benson Sons. There we go. You're welcome.
Benson's.
Bents and Sons.
Bent?
Bents and Sons.
All right, so Bolton's
BENTC.
Architecture. All right, so I guess that's basically all we're gonna get out of them. I take the paper and
Hold
we're
on.
donezo here.
What about the hammer?
What hammer?
The Amos hammer.
Oh, I was like, is it
Oh,
like a
I'm not-
boulder?
No?
The boulder.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to rough this guy up?
In
I mean, we're
public?
from out of town. How are they going to identify us?
There's police guards outside City Hall. I mean, they don't look that intimidating, but they're there.
So what you're saying is we would take them in a fight.
I mean, you guys aren't even fully healed, I think, from your last fight, so You
I
wanna
don't know,
try
man.
it.
We've all got like 2 hit points. I don't think I want to fight anyone right now.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking, though. I appreciate being looped in.
Of course.
Hey, I have 8
I think
hate
I think I think Livibee, I think the Olivias right now are doing a really good job, and we should not slow them down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So where do you guys go next?
All right. So where do we want to go first? The architecture firm or the orphanage? I mean, the orphanage is where
back.
we basically know things are going
I
real
feel like the
shady.
orphanage is more of a likely target to get more information from.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the architecture firm's name was also just created just now, I feel like it's not part of the story.
All right.
So
That's true. Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
right. We're metagaming here. So let's orphanage. Let's go orphanage bound.
Yeah.
What do you think, feardragon? Feardragon?
Yeah, I was gonna say orphanage.
Okay. Well, when I think she has her headphones on, but
Yeah.
ZombieGrub, when you get back, when we're like standing outside, like coming up with our game plan, do we notice like the people being weird again?
I mean, yeah, I think they're still out there, right?
Uh,
Still being weird.
yes. So just every so often you see someone walk with purpose, but seemingly nowhere near.
The rest of us know this now.
Yeah.
Do we like? Is it the direction that we like? Is there a certain direction that they're all going?
Northeast? Direction of Arkham.
Oh, okay. Well, orphanage it is.
Yeah. All right, and that
I
is east.
also suggest as we walk to this orphanage that we find a good hotel to stay at because we are not going home now. We're
Well,
not
we
going
rested.
back to Arkham today.
Oh yeah. But we can do that after we go to the orphanage.
Yeah, I know.
Daylight.
Just as we're walking, keep an eye out for hotels. Because
Mhm.
apparently sometimes finding hotels can be dangerous.
Okay. So
Apparently.
you walk, and it's a 10-minute walk. It gets a little less comfy, I guess. You know, there was like a small town feel a little bit when you initially walked in, but as you walk east, it becomes more, I guess, of like the other side of the railroad tracks type deal. Not that there's literally railroad tracks, but you get the point. And while it's not exactly like a bad neighborhood, it starts to look a little like shoddier and just a little run down. But then you see the orphanage. It's actually a pretty nice orphanage. It's got like a gate just mostly for aesthetics, but it's nice and fanciful. And it's in a very old home that's pretty large, but has been kept up to date. And outside on the street, right outside the gates that are actually closed or locked or anything, it says, the Orphanage of St. Jude.
Are there kids like playing around? Is there a gate, a guard?
There is
Can
no
we just
guards.
enter?
There are some kids playing what I guess 1920s kids play with, so like jacks and a hoop.
Ball
Look at
and
the hoop
paddle,
go!
paddle and
one,
paddle and
one
ball.
lone hoop just rolling down.
Yeah, no, that's actually what they did. They pushed the hoop.
Yeah. With sticks.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like they were hula hooping, and I'm like,
They're all sharing one hula hoop.
it's a giant hula hoop. There's like 100 kids in it. It's a feat of social engineering.
No, it's like what's his face in Parks and Rec, bringing that up a lot lately.
Jeez.
Look at my hoop, Leslie. Look at it go. But there's some kids playing outside, and it's actually pretty nicely kept lawn with only a couple patches of like dirt instead of grass.
Mhm.
And you do notice that the kids seem to be dressed in what would probably be their best dress. So hand-me-downs for sure, but the girls are in some pretty dresses, and
Finally dressed.
yeah,
Sunday
you
best.
kind of wonder like, oh, is it Sunday? Like, is it mass? Like, what's going on?
All right, so I guess we'll try. Is the gate open? Like, can we just
Yeah.
enter, or is it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
open.
So I guess we're gonna go ahead and enter in.
Yeah.
Are they they stop what they're doing? Are they like surprised that there's people?
They're kind of used to people. Like the kids look up at you and they seem a little hopeful. And
no. Oh dear.
There's not many reasons
Oh.
why adults would go to the orphanage other than
What if we just wanted to hang out? Shit.
No, they look a little bit hopeful and they're like wondering who's going to be their new mom and who's their new dad.
I
and
will.
They really hope it's the lady, the potato sack. She looks like the
Oh,
most fun.
no.
But they don't like go clamoring over you or anything. But you get the impression that they think that you're there to adopt, and that's about it. So the door it's a double door. It's like an old nice house. Maybe in the night it's kind of spooky, but in the daytime it's really quite pleasant. And that is closed, but it's not locked.
All right. I guess I'll go ahead and do you guys want to go in first or talk to these kids?
I feel like us guys might be a little bit scary
Yeah,
to
let's talk to
the-
the children.
to the chillins.
Okay, so
Um,
Avocado, you talk to the children. I guess we'll go ahead and go to the front, see what's going on. Ask them if they've seen Hendrix like
Michael
recently.
Bolton. Yeah.
Yeah. If they've seen Hendrix recently, like you guys said like cuz I wasn't really here for this part, but you guys said that kids are starting to go missing in orphanages, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys should ask the Avocado, you should ask the kids if like anybody's gone missing here.
I thought we were just gonna gossip about the latest fashions.
Yeah.
With the kids.
That's
With-
how
Yeah,
you,
with the kids.
Like either
or
one.
like the latest games. Okay, gotta build the relationships first. Talk about lunch boxes and stuff.
Show
So
them
what-
your loaf of bread.
What do you ask
They'll-
them?
they'll feed you
Oh
fruit.
yeah.
Feed
Oh, so
them.
am I talking to the children first? Okay,
Mhm,
well I'm gonna approach the kids, and I look approachable, so I'll be like, "Hey, kiddies, what's going on?"
That's like never a great way to open up, man. Hey, kitties.
Hey, Georgie.
No.
Would you like some bread?
I
God.
also have
Livy's
Some-
just telling all these
actually-
kids that they'll float down here too.
I have a jam sandwich that I made from earlier.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
This is long
They spread-
before you shouldn't take candy from strangers, so.
Yeah. So they fell for it easily.
So they're
Got us.
trustworthy.
I shared out some
She
jelly
actually
sandwiches.
spikes the jam with the white substance around Tom's room.
Oh.
Gives it to the kids.
Please don't
Wait,
tell
now
them.
no.
that's actually a brilliant
tell the
idea
children.
because we could figure out what this white substance does.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
no, we did.
The children's a test. Okay, anyways.
They haven't contributed anything to society yet.
Okay. Well, anyways.
Why don't you have the white substance, feardragon? See what-
Yeah, see what it does to you. So
Fine, I'll
you
take it.
Do you? Okay.
what do you do with them avocado?
Oh, so
You
I'm
go up
gonna
to them and
remove
say hi.
some trust, give them some food. They look
Okay.
hungry,
Mm-hmm.
then they'll grow a liking to me.
So you literally go up to them and you're like, "Hey, I'm avocado. Here's some jam and bread."
Yeah, do you want some jam and bread? You guys hungry?
Believe it or not, that's right up their alley, and they're very excited.
Yeah.
You have food. You're a young woman, and you look kind of weird, which they actually think is cool. And they immediately grab a couple slices and jam and whatnot and sit down. And they don't wash their
And
hands. Okay, it's
We gather
gross.
round.
But they all trust you, so you get the attention of like, let's say, 2 boys and 2 young girls, and they're around the ages of like 7 to maybe 10, something like that.
Perfect age. Nice. I'd be like, so how you guys liking it here?
Oh, it's pretty great. We I don't know. It's an orphanage.
Mm-hmm. How long have you guys each been here so far?
One says birth, another one says maybe 2, another one
That's
says
sad.
I my parents died last year, and then the other one says, I don't remember.
Okay, so you guys know the ins and outs of this place pretty well then, huh?
Yeah, sure.
And have you noticed any of your friends going missing?
Most of them get silent as they continue to chew on their food. And then the eldest one, 10-year-old boy, is the first to speak and says, well, I don't know if he went missing, but I had a friend and no one actually came to talk about him or talk with him, because we see people come and go sometimes, and they usually are looking to adopt. Are you guys looking to adopt?
Oh yeah. But we're also like interested in other things too. We gotta source out. We gotta
Please don't say that.
that.
Please don't say that.
Oh, well, you should really adopt. I mean, I think I'm a pretty good kid. And he actually like gets up and stands up and like shows off his arm, which is like a stick.
Oh, yeah, looking good. Have you guys seen anything weird happening around here lately?
Besides right now.
Besides
Other than
right now. Well, the other kid's a little more like he's actually kind of fantasizing about being adopted. The second oldest, like say like an 8-year-old girl who was quiet and is really looking at you. She kind of like almost whispers, and she's like, I still seriously can't think of any names. Nick's
Sally.
no, Nick's
Oh.
friends
Okay.
didn't come back, but no one picked him up.
Oh my! Did you know Nick well?
Well, the kid is Nick. Nick's friend is Bob.
Oh, did you know
Go with
Bob
Bob.
well?
Well, I'm gonna go with Robert. Bob sounds really stupid. Robert. Love the name Robert. Well, Robert didn't really know him that well, but I think he was 7 years old. Not too much younger than I am, I guess. But he wasn't really known for getting in trouble or running away or anything. And when we asked where he went, they just said that he was adopted, but he didn't. We've seen a lot of kids get adopted, and I don't know. And she kind of just shrugs and continues eating her bread.
How long ago was this when Robert left?
We're not really supposed to talk about it.
That's okay. I got some more bread if you want. Hungry?
I guess we're supposed to trust adults. Well, it was like 6 months ago. So, I don't know when that is.
Are Amos and I in earshot of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you
Okay.
guys ever seen Mr. Hendricks?
Mr. Hendricks?
Really good at guitar.
Yeah. I don't think I know who that is. Could you describe him?
Do we know what he looks
Really,
like?
really rich.
He's just got money flying off of him, left, right, center.
He's the guy. He's the mister that donates to this orphanage. Do the caretakers ever talk to you about Mr. Hendricks?
I don't
Could
think
ask if
so.
she's ever seen someone like really well dressed come in.
Do you ask that, or do you tell me to ask them?
Well, I'm trying not to scare the kidlets.
Okay.
They seem pretty comfortable, even around.
All right. All right. Well,
guys.
then I'll walk in.
Okay.
Howdy, kids.
You're funny. You funny accent.
You got a funny face.
Haha.
Have you ever seen a really well dressed gentleman come in, nicer than what I'm dressed in right now?
The child that was speaking kind of just like continues thinking. She's thinking real hard too. And then actually one of the youngest kids, the 5-year-old, kind of perks up after finishing her bread and jam and goes, Yeah. I saw him.
What did he look like? Can you describe him?
Well, he didn't have any hair. So maybe he's really old? I don't know, though, because I've seen old people, and they usually have wrinkles.
Okay, so he's a bald guy.
How long ago was Mr. Hendricks here?
I don't know.
When did you see him?
Kid's cons at the time. I don't know. And the oldest kid who was trying to think about how to get adopted suddenly goes like, "Oh yeah, I know, I know who he's talking about. Yeah, that guy was, he was kind of weird actually. I mean, he was nice, but he's kind of weird. I think he came by, actually. And he stops and he thinks. And he's like, well, I think he might have come by today, but we didn't see him. But we're supposed to get all dressed up. And he kind of gestures to everyone's dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
And he said they're going to take us to Arkham tonight. So maybe he said that we had to do that?
Oh, something's going down.
Okay.
What?
Probably gonna sacrifice all the kids.
So tonight, huh?
It's going down tonight.
I'm gonna. I think group fam. I think that we should. I think this is our best bet of getting our way to the top of this conspiracy chain. I think we're gonna leave the orphanage, say ta-da to the kids, and then hide around here till it gets darker. Because it's got to be like just after midday here, right?
Yeah, it's like
Thereabouts.
noon, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
kids.
And we hang.
Do
We
you
float
know
around the
when?
orphanage and keep an eye on it. They
Yeah.
said tonight, so if they want
I
the
don't
kids
know,
to be
like,
awake, it'll be like
after supper.
yeah. There you go.
Do you guys know when you're leaving after supper, or?
I don't know. She just said to get dressed and that we'll be leaving soon.
Soon? Oh shit.
Could
Okay.
happen very soon.
I mean, oh shoot.
She says, "Oh shit, shoot!"
I mean, shoot.
She's like, "Holy fuck!"
Okay. Crap. Okay. Okay. Thank you. We'll see you guys soon. Let's get the hell out of here.
Quick run, youths.
We left our car like super far away. How are we gonna follow after them?
We're gonna have to go pick up that car. Or you
Yeah,
can just
okay.
another one.
We need like
Interesting.
somebody.
I actually-
Shut the hell up.
She should be like,
Fascinating.
huh.
We need a car.
Mm.
Huh.
Well, I mean, we still have the ability to use this car. We just have to go back to it. We'll walk back to it. I mean, apparently we have time. I think we leave someone by the orphanage just in case they arrive sooner.
Right.
This is our best shot. We don't want to fuck it up. I will man sentry this. I will sentry this orphanage. You guys go get the car. I'm making the executive decision.
Okay.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
And we're gonna try and find somewhere near the orphanage to hide it out of plain sight. So it'll be darker by then, I guess. They're coming at the nighttime. So I think we get the car, we hide it plain sight, headlights off, and we wait until so and so arrives. Maybe hit up that bakery again for some stakeout snacks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Avocado, you go back to the bakery. John, you get the car. Amos, you stay here.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Scatter.
Ready, team, break.
Go team.
So you
Heck
guys do all of that without hiccup. You bring the car to the orphanage. Isn't like on the edge of town. There's still shops and houses to even more east of it. But you guys find kind of an abandoned lot that's far enough away that no one would really notice. I mean, if someone was paying attention, I guess they'd be like, why is there a car here? But there's not
Why
really a
is
lot
there
of...
4 people snacking on bread?
yeah. But it's not the weirdest thing. You know, people park their cars and maybe you're just working on the house next door or something. So you park it there and you can't see the orphanage from the car. Yeah, no, you just
We'll
I can't
definitely
imagine
see
you
any
can't.
like if there's so many children, we'll definitely see if like a car passes by, like especially a bus.
Yeah?
It's gonna hold all these kids.
They're gonna hold all these kids. Well, what you
Ow.
end up seeing actually is a car go by around 4:30 p.m. Obviously. But you see the car pull up to the orphanage. You start to kind of lose sight of it around the time it gets up to the orphanage. You can't just park. Like, I guess you could park the car on the street maybe and try and just convince everyone that you're like being totally normal people, like in four people in a car.
Would people be weirded out if there was like a person in a car on the street that was just parked?
There's still some people walking the streets. As I said, like it's not the end of the city. So
Is it weird though?
if 4 people were just like sitting in a car that was off,
What if it was one person?
I mean, I think they might still be like, what do you like? They wouldn't go up to you and ask you what you're doing there, but they'd just be like, who's that? All right, we're gonna leave. But I guess they wouldn't do anything, so you could probably get away with it. Can't imagine a cop would come by. Although,
Yeah, that's fine.
no, I'm not gonna go
I
with that
mean,
one.
you guys
We
are the masters of espionage and stuff. Like, where should we be? Should we be in a?
I think
How are you?
I
though?
can sit in the car. You guys can be walking around or at the bakery or something else like nearby or in line of sight. I don't think the bakery is in line of sight, is it?
No.
But you guys can be somewhere else in line of sight, and I can just sit in the car.
The bakery is kind of like a diagonal walk north, like 10, 15 minutes. Because it was north, you went to City Hall, which was south, and you went east to the orphanage.
Yeah. You said there were other things like right next door still, right?
There's houses and like a car tire shop type at the end, and not really anything you would really visit, not like a nice bakery or cafe or anything.
All right, I guess we're just gonna have to wing it and hide behind some bushes.
And watch the orphanage. Completely normal person activity.
Yeah.
Nothing weird about that.
We are gonna hide in the bushes and stalk some kids. Episode 9, Cult of Azathoth.
Well, you guys somehow managed to appear not suspicious enough that no one calls the cops on you or anything. People might look at you funny as they walk by, but they don't do anything. Around 4:30, you see a black car drive up to the orphanage, and
Super fancy, or?
yeah, super fancy, very fancy indeed. And so you're on like the right side of the street, like you're on opposite sides of the street. You can't see who's in the passenger or in the driver's seat or in the person behind the driver's seat. But what you see is a woman step out of the car and then bend over to talk to the person who's still in the passenger seat. And then she closes the door and the car actually starts driving off while she walks up to the orphanage. Do anything about that?
Well, I mean, obviously we shoot her, right?
Yeah, shoot her in the head.
Yeah.
She's actually just trying to adopt her child, and we shoot her in the head.
In front of
Oh,
the kids,
Lord.
mind you.
I know.
Yeah, we wait for as many kids as possible to see it.
Like some childhood trauma.
Yeah, nothing like a little bit of trauma. No doubt a few of our characters have had plenty. That's why they're the way we are.
Character building.
Right. All right. So what does she do?
Yeah.
She just
Just
walks
observe.
up to the okay, so she walks up to the gates, goes through the gates, and the kids that were playing had long gone inside as it was getting towards night times and it was getting a little bit colder. So she knocks on the orphanage, and the orphanage opens up, and she walks in, and you wait maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then she walks out, and behind her in a line is all the orphans, plus their caretakers, which is like 2 women. And they
The
just start walking in a
orphans-
line out and around the gate, and they start walking towards Arkham.
Do the orphans
They're
look
walking to Arkham?
unusually like willing to go, like zombie-like movement, or is it like kids?
Yeah,
in
kids
a
moving.
line?
It's like,
Okay.
yeah,
They're
teachers
still
bringing their
themselves and
kids.
stuff. It's not like
Yeah.
the weirdos who are walking
Nope.
toward Arkham.
It's not the super,
Is it-
super weird thing.
Is it the same direction as the weird thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I think how many bullets do we have? Because it sounds like we have to execute every single person here.
Oh my god.
Including the children, actually.
They're
They're in on this now.
That's why I want to, because we know we have more than 3 bullets, which is the 2 tech care cases and this strange lady. But the kids, we're gonna need a lot of bullets for all them.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
No,
I started
okay.
this
Well,
campaign with 47 boxes of 5 rounds.
Damn, it's a lot of bullets. What do you have a
How'd they
machine
let
gun?
you get
or-
away with that?
Yeah, what?
What is your
I
math?
calculated the money amount.
Also,
Did you
how are you
calculate the
carrying
backspace?
45
Yeah.
boxes of bullets?
Yeah.
There was no backspace.
There's
Are
got to
they
be
where you
there's a
put the king in
carrying
yellow?
limit. Your guy's just
His
like
prison wallet.
His prison wallet?
he's got 10
They're
servings prison
are
wallet.
they in your back satchel?
God.
You could line all the kids up and be efficient with your shot. Oh god.
Oh no.
Are they in your
It
leather
is powerful
your
enough. It would
brown
pierce
pouch?
through more than one.
Okay. Anyway, elaborate murder aside, this sounds like our big break. So time to follow. But if they're walking, then we'll have to walk too,
Yeah. But
unless we overtake and just go to Arkham.
It can't
We'll meet
walk
him
to Arkham. It was a 30-minute or an hour-long drive.
Yeah.
They're walking.
They're not walking the whole way. 1 hour of driving.
ZombieGrub said they're walking at Arkham.
They start walking in the direction of Arkham.
walk
in
in
the
the
direction
direction
of
of
Arkham.
Arkham.
well, let's follow them for a while. See if they're actually like just meeting up with the bus or.
How far do cars drive in the 1920s? Or how fast, I mean.
Like,
Depends how much of a daredevil you are, I suppose.
Okay.
I don't think
Well,
they go
it'd be
as
like
fast
normal
as
driving
ours,
limit.
but they can
like
go pretty
30 or
fast.
40 miles per hour, maybe.
I mean, we can circle them a few times, you know, like drive by.
Yeah, we'll just
See if-
keep circling around them.
Yeah, I mean, like passing them by occasionally, not all the time.
So hold
yeah,
on.
I think
they
they'll
would be
realize that the same
walking
car keeps
40
appearing.
It took us an hour to get here. They'd be walking 40 miles then?
We don't know that.
Okay.
We,
I'm
we
saying we
really
can
don't know
just-
that. Like we're
makes
we're
sense to
really
just follow
metagaming
them,
here.
right? Like, not on foot.
That's why I'm saying we're following them, trying to see where they're going.
Oh, I thought you guys were saying we should walk and follow them. And I'm like, no, let's take the car.
So you guys follow them in the car, apparently.
Okay.
All right.
And after maybe 10 minutes, so a pretty nice walk, but not too bad. After 10 minutes, they reach a location. It's still the city. Kind of getting on the outskirts a little more though. Excuse me. And well, it's not like really creepy. It's going to be kind of a forest. You do see that there are like 2 cars, not buses. What would the equivalent be in 1920s? Trams? I'm not sure that's it either. Let's see what that comes up here. A white horse van. Nope, that's literally a horse van. I mean, they could go in a white horse van.
Just heard them in the back, like cattle.
I mean, it's not too far off what I was thinking. Let's go with that. Yeah. Sure.
They don't even get to sit.
Yeah.
They're gonna
They
stand
don't
the
get to
whole way.
It's literally like White Horse whiskey delivery, actually. But it's like literally a
Like a delivery car,
flatbed. There we go, flatbed truck. There we go. So it's like a really long flatbed, and they put the kids on there, and the assumption is that they're not going to drive that fast. It's probably the safest thing in the world, but it's also 1920s, and they don't have school buses. So like there's like 20 kids, and 10 go in each truck, I guess. Truck. And you see the caretakers also go in, one each way, and then the woman who got out of the car, you might have noticed while you were following him that she does look, definitely better off. She looks quite fancy. She talks to the drivers of both vehicles and then stands and waits for them to leave. and they actually start driving off to Arkham, and she stays behind. You guys want
None
to
of
follow
us
the tracks?
Well, we
recognize
have
her,
two
right?
directions. We can question the lady, or we can just follow the thing to Arkham.
Well, they're driving kind of slow, right? We can do both, maybe. Catch up.
Well, while you're deliberating, the woman watches them drive off, and then she starts walking back to the main part of the city.
We could threaten the lady.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with this.
She obviously has info.
How many
we
people are around?
We're in the forested part.
Yeah,
She
there's
said.
really not a lot. She's gonna have to walk like 5 minutes back to start hitting the houses again.
Can we? I got an idea.
Okay.
Nabbo, put her in the car, and then we follow.
Okay.
Smash and grab.
We have
Alright.
to, we have to catch her, right?
can
I mean, she's walking. She doesn't
She's
seem
walking.
to suspect anything. So you
We're gonna
park the car. Get out of the car.
We're gonna drive up next to her, get out, and then get her in the car, force her in.
Okay. So you drive up next to her. She starts to get a little suspicious when the car starts getting up next to her, and she
I have-
looks at you guys. And then you guys get out, and then
as if she was
Oh my goodness.
I have my rifle
And, just-
out.
and,
Fuck it,
and then
like,
I'll
this
just
is not
get
gonna
out
work.
get out the car, just be like, "Ma'am, we have some questions. Get in the car now."
are you
I have
showing
my
her the
rifle out.
guns?
Yes,
Oh.
I am showing the gun. Hilt
I am
of the
pointing
weapon,
the
coat
gun.
Okay.
aside.
She
I am
gasps
pointing
and
it.
puts her hands up and says, "Okay, I don't, yeah, sure."
Okay, she's going to be in the middle of the back seat with whoever's in the back seat.
Between Avocado and John.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, I have my knife.
Couldn't
out,
think
though.
of two better interrogators.
Oh God.
She gets
Good
in
cop,
and just
bad cop.
keeps her
Hey,
hands
what's
up.
your name, miss?
She actually kind of has
Shut
like
up! Don't talk.
a fancy like
And
flapper
don't-
look.
It's got a flapper look.
Fancy though, you
Well-
know. She's wearing a bit of a short dress, but not so short that she's showing her knees. God
Oh wow,
forbid.
that would be really lewd.
I
She's
know,
showing off a
right?
little bit of ankle.
Mm-hmm. She's got that nice little
Damn.
like flapper cap on, right? And she's got like a short haircut, and she's very pretty. She's in her maybe mid 20s, and she has like the fishnet glove type thing going on.
Mm,
And
okay.
obviously very very scared.
Okay.
Good.
Don't be
we
scared,
like him scared.
lady.
No, be scared, because then we can get
Be
information.
scared. Don't be scared.
Be scared. No, be afraid.
I'll be like,
We
"Don't
are,
worry,
for all
good,
she
we
knows, we
got
are a gang of murderers. One of us is in a potato sack. Two of us are, well, one of us is semi well dressed. The other one is scarred. We all have guns.
For all she knows the truth. We're all a gang of murderers.
Yeah, for all she knows.
Well, Anna's
Um,
not
We
really
are a
good.
gang.
We are a gang, and we have murdered at least one person. Yes, that's true. But what we're going to do is, don't forget, we're also driving off quickly because time's of the essence. We want to follow this flatbed truck, whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay.
She's sitting in the back seat. I say like, where are they taking the kids?
They're taking him to Arkham.
Where in Arkham?
Some mansion. I don't know. I'm just the messenger.
Who do you work for?
She kind of pauses and doesn't want to say.
Who do you work for? Gun
Kinda
at her
jumps.
face.
She jumps. She's like, Bradley. Company, not the company.
Which
family.
Bradley?
Family
That
named Bradley.
son of a bitch.
Clayton.
Do you work for Sarah Bradley or do you work for?
She said Clayton. The big guy. The leader of. The patriarch
Yeah.
of the Bradleys.
What do they want with the children?
I don't think they want anything. I just think that they want them to be a part of the big celebration that's happening. I think it's a celebration.
Oh no.
That doesn't seem
Celebration.
odd to you that they want an orphanage full of kids for a celebration?
Well,
in a
they're
different
nighttime?
town.
they invited all of the kids in like a 50-mile radius or something. I've been going all over the state to bring them together.
What's your name?
Margaret?
Are you? Oh, you're just a worker for the Bradleys, or do you work with orphanages, or?
Well, mm, she pauses. Well, I work with orphanages a lot, because I came from an orphanage. But really, I just communicate with different people and coordinate and schedule. So, what would you call that?
For the Bradleys or for anybody who?
For anyone that hires me. I mean, I've worked with the Bradleys before. They're a nice enough family. But I travel all over Massachusetts.
Okay, just to let you know, we have reason to believe that the Bradleys are going to murder most of the children tonight. So, the more information you can give us about this, the better.
Just throw that into the mix.
She
If you're
is
withholding
honestly
information,
shocked.
then you're preventing us from saving hundreds of lives.
And you want
And
to kill
it's pretty
children?
easy for us to justify killing
Disgust
you.
me.
So I would fess up.
I don't. What's the? It's just a. They've been talking about it since. I don't know. Well, she starts to really doubt herself. Like I guess
Why
it
do
is
you want to
kind
kill
of
children
weird.
for?
I don't want to kill children.
Okay.
Where is this party?
Tell us where it is.
It's at the Bradley's mansion. It's the giant house on the river.
Were you ever supposed to go there?
No, I was supposed to go pick up more kids.
Mm.
Okay, well, don't, first of all.
I don't think she can now.
Mm.
Is there anyone expecting you?
Well,
Like-
yes, of course. I work with other people.
This
She
Margaret
doesn't have a
chick
cell phone.
seems.
We're done with this lady. Drop her off.
No, we're not. Hold on.
Drop her off.
What do you know
while
about
car's
the
still
party?
running.
What do you know about the celebration that's happening?
Well, they didn't. That's what's kind of odd, I suppose, is that they didn't really start planning it until recently. But you know, they can be eccentric when they have a lot of money. She kind of does a nervous little chuckle.
Can you give us the name of anyone that's involved in the planning?
Oh, I don't know much about that. I think I talked to a Frank and a William, and I don't know. They work for the Bradleys, I guess. But they said to collect all the kids and that there'd be a special party, and you know they have a lot of fun.
A nighttime party for children.
Well, no, it's not just for children. It's for the entire city. It's something about you know, providing safety. There's been a lot of weird things happening, and I don't know. I guess they want to try and make everyone feel like it's all okay.
Are we
So
driving
you've
past
only worked with the Bradleys. Like, do you know if Mr. Hendricks is a part of this?
Hendricks, the guy who funds all the orphanages. Well,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah. Of course, he's involved, but as much as any pair of rich people are, I don't know.
Are there the mindless masses of people walking toward Arkham on the road next to us right now?
As you interrogate her, you're going pretty slow because the trucks carrying the kids like ain't exactly going fast. They're going through a partially dirt road with kids not with any security. So you're going pretty slow, but eventually you start seeing the same thing you saw when you came here, which is a lot of people going back and forth walking. But now you see that most of them, like 85% of them, are walking towards Arkham.
Should we try and beat out the children cars at
Yeah,
this
I
point?
think-
We know where we're going.
I was worried about that sentence for a while there. But
Right?
I think we need to stop the party before the children even get there. So I think we need to. Okay, I asked her. Does she,
Overtake.
Margaret? Does she know where the party is being held?
The mansion, right?
You definitely asked us. Yeah, yeah.
Like she knows the directions, right? We don't really have time to go, to City Hall to find the address and like.
So you ask her, do you know how to get to the mansion?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I would be able to figure it out. I've been to Arkham plenty of times, and I mean everyone
Okay.
knows the mansion.
She's coming with us.
Okay.
You don't get to talk, honey.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
I turned to Amos and I'm like, okay, let's pass up the kids. Like, let's try to get there before anybody else does. Let's try to stop this.
I agree.
Okay.
Let's try and nip the bud on this gathering that's all too weird.
So you guys circumvent the kids and
Right.
We'll overtake.
start driving
'Cause now we
real
can just
real
blow up
fast.
the mansion before the kids arrive.
Yeah, you do that. Let's see how
No
much
mansion,
fun
no
it
party.
is. Hmm. Oh well, you pass them, and then you're driving pretty darn fast, noticing all the people that are going towards Arkham. You get there in like 50 minutes, and I think it was an hour, right? Yeah. You get there in like 50 minutes, and you enter into the streets of Arkham, and you immediately notice that things are already pretty different. So you get there around 5:30, so it's starting to get a little dark. Sun's starting to set, but still pretty darn bright. And you notice that there are less people just like, around. Maybe people should be coming off from work or people picking up their kids or what have you. And it's not very much of it. A lot of
Did we
shops are also closed.
When we were like driving there, did we notice like all these people on the side still heading towards Arkham?
Yeah.
Like,
And
and when we actually get into the town, it's like petering off, or
they are all going the same direction you are.
okay.
So, same amount of people. Steady drip of people.
I would imagine there's, we're not the first on the scene. Be a lot of people at the mansion
Yeah.
already.
So you continue driving, which is starting to get a little more difficult as you start driving actually towards the mansion, which is basically in the middle of the city, if you remember. So there's a river that goes through the middle of the city, and they have a big old house overlooking it, which these guys would have remembered. I don't know if you really need to bring Margaret, but she's part of the crew now, apparently. And
We had to stop her from getting
Welcome
other
to our
children.
group.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
She's a part of this now.
She starts kind of looking out the windows, and she's like, what are all these people doing here? Wow, I didn't realize it was going to be... Wow, like everyone's here. And she actually seems kind of amazed, like almost impressed. But you guys aren't so impressed. You start to get kind of like a weird feeling. A lot of these people that are walking towards, and they're getting, thicker and thicker crowd as you get closer to the mansion. So another 15 minutes past the entrance of Arkham. You start to actually lose the ability to drive as the crowd gets really thick around that rich part of the city.
They're like blocking the road.
Yeah, they start blocking the road. You start seeing people just murmuring, and some look excited, and some look kind of scared, and some, they're holding their kids, or some are even holding actually like backpacks and almost like they're ready to leave, go somewhere, but apparently not very far. And you are forced to either abandon the car or, I don't know, try and honk your way through, but it'll take a long time.
Can I roll down the window and like maybe flag down some nearby people
Sure.
and ask them what's going on?
Okay, so
Like, what's all this
Awesome.
traffic for?
All right, you wave down someone. A nice young man comes up, and he's one of the excited-looking ones. And he's like, "Hey, how you doing? You prepared? You ready for this party? I'm really excited." Wow, the drapes behind me moving, kind of freaky.
So what is this party about? I didn't know there was gonna be a party or a celebration.
Well, all those weird things that have been happening in Arkham lately?
Right.
Yeah, they're pretty weird. Well, the police really aren't that great at dealing with it. So earlier this morning, well, the townspeople kind of had a word with the police. And he kind of like smiles kind of weird.
Oh.
And he's like, and the Bradleys have promised to take care of all incidents from here on out. I think that's actually really good of them. So they're celebrating that they've provided us with security. And well, gosh darn if I'm just so excited for this. They're even offering positions to be, what do they call it? The community policeman. And I'm gonna apply for it. I think I'd be a great fit.
Well, so what happened to the policemen?
Oh, nothing
happened to the
bad.
officers?
Nothing bad, of course. I mean, we just rightfully marched into the police station and told them our grievances, and they kindly left.
Kindly left.
I feel
Okay.
like the police wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it sounds suspicious as well. How?
Hmm.
Do you say
There
that?
when this happened?
Yeah, I said that sounds really suspicious. Too.
Wait, did Maynard say what he said?
Amos.
Amos, did you say that?
Yeah, I feel like the police wouldn't do that. I feel like the police would tell you to take a hike.
His smile kind of slips, and he looks at you, and he's like, well, that's what happened. And he looks at other people again.
Were you one of the people that was there at the police station?
Of course I was. It wasn't exactly on the front lines, but I know quite a few people who were. And, well, next time I'll be part of the main crew.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Roll up the window real quick.
All right, have a tall cup of crazy. See you later.
Bye.
All right.
Quickly, like,
Scary.
rolling up that window.
But
Locks
locks
the
the doors.
You notice that he's continuing to smile at you, but as you, look obviously very scared, his smile slips again.
Oh.
And then as you try and... If you're trying to continue to drive forward, little bit by little bit, you notice that he stopped walking. He's actually just watching the car now.
over.
Shit.
That's
Uh,
creepy.
Shall we? What do you guys want to do? First, we need to figure out
Well,
what we're gonna do with Margaret.
what-
Like, are we gonna just drop her off here?
She's still in the car? Get her out of here.
Yeah, she's part of the crew now.
I said drop her off. She's not
No,
part of the
she's
crew.
Being initiated.
You're part of the crew.
You,
Part of
More
the
hit
ship.
points.
well, I guess she can get us inside the mansion.
I've grown a
Can we
liking to her.
can we rename her Meat Shield?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
That's what the M in Margaret stands for.
Okay, well, John, you're in charge of keeping Margaret here. Make sure she doesn't warn anybody about us. And Margaret, you said you had access to the Bradleys, right? You're working with the Bradleys.
I work with them indirectly.
You
But
weren't
she's
supposed to
useless.
be at this party? You were just supposed to bring a
No.
bunch of people here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back door open. See you, Margaret.
Yeah, okay. First off, don't go to any more orphanages. I want you to get the hell out of Arca, okay?
Okay.
Stop fucking around with kids, Margaret.
Yeah.
Do a new line of work.
I think you should just leave Massachusetts forever.
You're letting me go?
If you tell anybody about this though, John's gonna come after you. John,
Shit, look what happened to this nice nurse. Look what she's
Margaret,
I
become.
know,
I'm
I
so
was
proud of-
gonna
I'm
say.
so proud of it.
Every
I'm so
single
proud of it.
person I've tried to kill.
what? What'd you say?
I've killed every single person I've ever tried to kill. And a lot of
right.
them were a lot better at surviving than you. So I would not speak of this to anyone.
John.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I promise.
Case in
Doing
point.
this.
Yeah, she's
And
like.
so, Margaret, what
this
do you
guy.
do? What are you gonna do when you get out of here?
Not tell anyone and run away from Arkham and not visit any orphanages.
Full
Okay.
marks.
Okay,
10 out
open
of
the back
10.
door. Let her go.
She like
Never
initially
do
doesn't
anything
really
with
trust that
kids.
it's actually gonna happen, but then she like bolts out the door,
Mhm.
and then she disappears into the crowd.
I don't know why she wanted
See
to
ya.
leave us. She's like, way
We
safer
threatened.
with
We
us.
threatened violence. That's why she
Okay,
left.
so I guess we're gonna have to try to get into like. Is there a way for us? Like, how far are we from the mansion now?
Pretty close. Like you can actually see it in the distance.
Okay, I guess it's time to
Do we want to go on foot if the
We
car
have
can't get much
been to
further?
this mansion before, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
we have.
actually
We
found a
were
secret
there at the beginning.
entrance.
We killed cult members
We-
there.
Yeah, we
I
knew the
wasn't
secret
there.
entrance.
Yeah.
I was pretty
No,
sure, and we
but we know.
pretended to be bodyguards and got in.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, the Bradleys have seen us under the guise that we were bodyguards, even.
That's true.
We would very unlikely be able to disguise ourselves a second time.
That is.
But it's
Wait,
always fun
why?
to try.
Wait,
I don't know,
Didn't you
man.
guys,
I
like, kill a
rolled.
bunch
I
of
rolled to
people?
read a fucking book earlier in this campaign, and
Okay.
it didn't work out for me. So I don't know if I want to try. I think that I'd probably, I don't know, explode or some shit.
Well,
Roll a
shit, I will-
100 and just
If you want to take a
you
different
find a
approach,
grenade in the coat that you put on to hide in.
I'll,
then-
I'll disguise as a bodyguard and do because I mean,
Okay.
like we were the ones that saved everyone from the cultists.
We
and then
did,
disappeared.
but unfortunately, apparently the cultists are on the Bradley side.
Well,
So-
I don't think we'll have a lot of trouble like being detected because there's so many people going in. We just need to find a way in, and you guys said that you knew a place.
Yeah, but the people we need to get to when we're face
I
to face
can-
with them.
I can
Will detect
disguise
us.
myself, and I can pretend like you guys are VIPs or something. I can disguise myself as a bodyguard.
Okay. Well,
Okay, let's just.
point is, I
get
think we're
closer.
on foot to the mansion, and
Right.
we'll see what we
Yeah.
see before we make a plan. Because making plans without knowing what we're going to be up against is
Smart.
probably a waste of brain power.
So, as you kind of push through the crowd, you guys start to notice that a lot of the crowd members are, well, a lot of them are happy and nice and seemingly okay, just like the nice young gentleman. And others seem to have physical ailments. Their eyes are a little glassy and they seem not to be really staring in any particular direction. And some of them have very, very pale skin or dry skin. Some have even twitches, maybe. No one seems to really notice you guys, though, as you push a little more hurriedly than the others. As you get closer to the mansion and kind of turn up to the street that leads up to it, you guys see that this is, it's actually a party. The outside, the fanciful, there was the mansion, and then there was the gardens in front, right? That was the huge driveway. They come in and drop people off, and then there's the street, and then there's the river, entirely covered with people. And there's some fun things happening, like clowns have come to entertain. There's lots of children that are actually inside the gates on the actual greens, or whatever they would call it. And there's some like face painting and whatever else, like I guess cotton candy might have been back then, sure. All that good stuff that existed in the 1920s. And you also see that there's a couple of tables that have someone sitting down, and that young men and women are signing up on the sheet for something. You can't quite tell what, but when they sign it, they get a handshake, they get something handed to them, and then they walk off. And you see that a few people are being admitted into the actual mansion, but very few, and it's clearly a guest list.
Okay, like adults and children.
Yeah.
Okay,
A couple families walk in.
VIPs.
Well, sounds like we need to.
There was the back entrance, right? Still, that we were.
There
gonna go
was.
to. Let's go there. I
Did
think.
we lockpick it last time, or how did we get in last time?
No, we knocked out the guards. at
Knocked out
back
the guards,
entrance,
that's
but
right,
I feel
yeah.
like we can go there. I can disguise myself and pretend like I'm already dressed. I think like the security was last time. I can go in. We can say that you guys are here to help with the operation with the children or something. And we can just go in, and I can tell them that we work with Frank and William.
Okay.
Sound good?
So you're gonna go in the back.
Yep. And
In
if
the
they
rear
give
with
us
the
trouble,
gear.
then we'll just kill them.
Well, as soon as you try and make your way to the back, you find out that they have upped the security since their
Last time.
formal ball. So
Rip.
Okay.
That's
So we can still do this.
technically, instead of one guard at the gate and one guard at the entrance, there are now two guards at the gate. Two guards just looking through all the there's like walking along the thick brush that was there, the huge, what are those things called?
Hedges.
Yeah, hedges, but I was thinking of like the thing where like you cut them and make them look nice. Anyways,
Hedges.
yeah, no, it starts with a
hedges.
T.
Trim.
No, you guys suck at this. Anyways,
Trees.
like when you make them into like
Trees.
they make them into animals, right? Like elephants and stuff.
Balloons.
Those are hedges, yeah.
Hedges,
There's a
yeah.
word for the art, but you guys, whatever, man. I'm not crazy. So, anyways,
She's talking about like that some Edward Scissorhands shit. Like
Yeah, it's not tapestry. It's not tapioca, but it's something like that.
Topiary.
Topiaries. Thank you, Olivia. See,
literally never heard this word my whole life. Topiary.
Oh,
Me
okay.
neither.
topiaries. And now they're being guarded as well, just in case anyone tries to like sneak through the gnarled roots.
As a giraffe.
Yes. And that there are now like 4 guards kind of lining the entranceway to the back. And they are letting like cooks and chefs through. Some are taking a smoke break and some are just arriving and stuff. But they are very, they're being very thorough. The
Do I,
Go ahead.
do I notice any like specific badges or anything that the security people seem to have?
They
And how
are.
thorough are they being? Will they find feardragon's book?
Yes. They have a list, and every time someone comes up to them, they seem to cross something off.
Right, but like they themselves don't have security badges or tags or anything, right?
No.
I'm John.
Say I'm
All right.
John
Well,
Doe.
I mean, are you
Take that
guys
name's real.
gonna keep trying with the heavily guarded back entrance?
I don't know, man. What are our oh god.
I think what we do is both Amos and I are dressed as the bodyguards. We go up to the front. We tell those guards that Frank wants them. There's some altercation at the front, and Frank wants them to go handle that, and we take their place. And once they leave, then we
Leaving
just walk
2
in.
other guards because there's 4.
Yeah, but
So
the
there's
only
2 guards
issue
at
is
the
that
entrance of the back and 4 guards at the entrance of the actual mansion.
yeah.
Oh, so just 2 at the back.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Right.
and 2 guards, I mean, we each knock one out.
But there are also 2 guards that are like patrolling that would eventually
there's
come back to
6.
them and be like, in total, in the backyard, there's 8 guards.
Jeez.
That's too many guards.
Okay.
Keeper just keeps adding guards on us. Just to be like,
This is what I
also they have
described.
superpowers.
Okay. I feel like going with the original plan of we're part of the guard squad and we say that there was some issue with the children and we're here and we actually say that maybe Olivia, what was your character's name again?
Anna?
Anna, who looks more respectable than Potato Sack here. Anna is, what was the name of the lady we
Her
let
name
go?
is Avocado.
Margaret.
Margaret
Margaret.
said she wasn't invited to this.
I know, but we could say that Anna is Margaret, and there was an issue with the children, and we need to speak to Frank about it.
Okay. That's your plan?
So we're
Does that sound
banking on the
okay?
fact
Unless
that
you guys have a
someone
better
named-
plan.
So we're banking on the fact here that someone named Frank is involved in this operation.
Well, no, Margaret said there's a Frank and a William, that were involved with organizing this party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Why not? Worst case scenario,
We just
we
kill
go
everyone.
guns blazing, and I'm not against it.
So
Okay.
I mean, this would be a lot easier if I had been able to buy that incendiary grenade, but sure.
so you all
And
go
then
up
Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
to the guards in the back who are standing at the ends of the hedges. And you go up to, I guess, one of them, and you say, "This is Margaret. She was working with Frank. Frank has a problem, was it?" Say what you said. Again.
Margaret had a problem regarding like the children, and we're here to see Frank and William.
Frank and William. Okay. He doesn't really seem to react very much, except that he pulls out a piece of paper and looks at it, and he says, "What were the names again?"
Well, I'm on the security detail, and so is he. But Margaret,
What are your names again?
No.
my name?
Yes, sir. Your name.
I'm on the security detail. I'm John.
John. He like goes through the John. Well, there's like 3 Johns here. But as far as I know, they've already all checked in.
I'm the first one. My friend here's the second one. Maybe the third.
No, he says they've all checked in. I John here is at the front. John here is guarding the bedroom, and John here is right next
They
to
have a
me.
list of
That's
security
the
guards.
guest list. That's the guest list. I said we were part of the security detail. We're not going to be
No.
on that list.
No, that you see, son, John, the third John is right here next to me, and he's a security guard. The guy next to him was like,
He's the
Cheese
first
it.
John that was hiding there.
and the other 2 Johns are security guards inside the house. So
All
most of the
3 Johns are security guards?
John's a very popular name, and there's like 30 security guards.
But you said all of the Johns were security guards?
Clearly, he has a list of security guards and their names.
Oh, okay.
This is a separate list.
I'm sorry, it wasn't
Oh.
clear.
Okay. I thought
Yeah,
this was
I
just the
thought
guest
they had a
list.
guest. Well,
Yeah, I
actually,
was like-
why would they have a guest list at the back door? Now that I'm thinking about it, 'cause the guest list would be at the front.
Oh
Damn,
god,
we-
cheese
we,
it, cheese it.
Cheese it! It's the fuzz. Cheese it. All right, Fear Dragon. You get one guy, I'll get the other. Let's fuck him up.
Oh my God.
First of all, as we because at this point, I'm sure we can see how many guards do we see in our line of sight right now.
Yeah, let's
Them-
let's do a quick peripheral scan. Where's patrolling third guy?
Them plus you see, it's hard to make out, but you see at least 2 guarding the door. Because the door's actually like a 2-minute walk. I don't know.
Well, luckily, punching
And
people
this
out
is
pretty silent.
Oh,
Can
we
you
straight
lay this
fucked
out?
up.
Because there's like
Sure.
there's like the hedges and stuff and everything.
We
and
did
these
this
people are
before,
just at the
Olivia. It
front,
was
right?
successful.
Here we go.
I don't know.
All right, so they're going to
we
build
should just dig in
the whole thing.
underneath.
We actually get caught, get executed, and then the campaign is over.
So, oops, it is you.
Right
Trip
before
to the finish line.
scary.
What? You never been killed by the final boss of a game before? Shit, happens.
Front.
It happens.
I don't know why I
The
put-
security detail was the final boss.
All right, so there is an entrance. Oh, that doesn't work. Why don't they have better? Why don't they just have an eraser? What's up with this stupid thing? Okay.
Roll 20 shit. Somebody upset it.
I hardly
Mm.
know her.
All right, so
Hey, we're in. We're good.
yeah, you guys are in.
Yay!
How do I want to do this? All right, let's do it this way. So here's the house. This is the actual mansion. Let's move you guys out of the way. Let's put the guys who are talking right here. And then let's make the well, they're not bad. They're not bad people. They just work for bad people. So they're guarding here and here. And then there's a walk up here. And there's one guy here, one guy here. One
And
guy on the
this
steps, one
wall
guy on the
over
steps.
here and here.
So these
are
aren't
like
actually
hedges?
walls. Yeah, they're hedges.
Okay. Oh, that's still something. That is a line of sight blocker.
Exactly. Did I describe it well enough?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, we're good then. All right.
Okay.
I'm immersed.
Cool. You better be.
So,
Fucking immersion.
I'm immersed as fuck.
so I think I would say like, look, we have an invitation, and I like point over to Avocado, and I say like, here, come with me, and let's all go show you. Like, she has the invitation here, and I like try and draw him over toward them.
Well, he'd be like, "Sir, this is the back door. I don't care if you have an invite. Go to the front."
You don't understand. I work here. She has an invitation, but we're not here to go attend the party. We're here to help what's going on with the children.
It's gone with the children. Nothing was on with the children. They're just invited to have a fun time.
Okay, I just look at Amos and give the like, all right, let's fuck this guy up.
All
And
right.
I give
All
John an eye roll before I throw my first swing at the guy in front of me.
Oh no,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to fucking annihilate this guy with my like rifle.
Oh my
Dude.
God.
Headshot point blank.
What? That's loud. No. Silent but deadly.
Silent but deadly? Oh, are you sure? The other guards are already in line of sight.
Oh no.
No. You want to
Okay.
start a battle with every single guard here, or a gunfight with every single guard?
What's your solution?
Let's just start.
Knock these
Let's try
people
the
out
front.
silently.
Okay. If we get
All right,
caught,
try
is
the
this-
front. Do you think they're
Yeah.
going to let us leave after this?
Well,
Well, I was gonna say if we get caught with the unarmed thing, like it's gonna be the exact same situation, except for they're gonna still be
Avocado,
alive.
go save yourself, Avocado.
Avocado, cheese it.
I could
We're
probably
so
convince my
screwed.
work as a chef.
I am a little bit upset. I didn't even get to roll on my lie.
Oh my god.
Such is life.
When he said
It happens.
if you have an invite, go to the front, we should have just gone to the front.
We still-
But now you guys are throwing bones.
But there's,
I'm
but
just
there's
like,
more.
cover.
But there's more guards at the front, and we're not on. See, what if we're on the list? What if we are on the list?
We
Well,
still have
you
to go
won't
to
know
the
now.
front. Yeah.
So what do you guys do with the guards?
Oh god.
Okay. One last Hail Mary idea.
Okay.
Pulls out the
Say
bottle. And he's like, "Want to take a hit of
avocado.
this shit?"
Avocado is
What?
Amanda Phillips.
Yeah,
Because she would be on the list.
but everyone knows Amanda's dead, right?
How long ago was that? That was literally
That was like a day ago.
Day ago, yeah.
Yesterday.
12 hours ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
it takes
24 hours
more
ago,
than
sorry.
a day for that stuff to get
Okay.
printed in the news and everything.
Wait, so I just say I'm Amanda Phillips. So everyone knows who
Isn't
Amanda Phillips is.
Amanda Phillips like famous?
Yeah.
I feel like if we that wouldn't work.
Okay, let me put it this
She's
way.
an actress. I think.
We're
The
about to
guard
get
is
into
just
a
standing there while
fisticuffs
we're
fight
like, hey,
with
are
these
you
guys.
Amanda Phillips or not?
Excuse me.
You want to be
We're-
Amanda Phillips?
We're about to punch these guys in the face. If they realize
my
it's
brain.
not
It's
her,
so
then
funny.
we just do that anyways.
Ah.
This is a last resort.
Oh no.
You have a better idea. I'm all ears.
Yeah, I say we run.
You want to cheese it? You actually want to cheese it?
Cheese it.
But we need to get into this place.
I know, but like taking on 8 guards.
I mean, if we punch him successfully, it could potentially just be 2. Then we'd only have to deal with 6.
But wouldn't they just alert everyone else?
Not if they're unconscious.
No. The other, we're not, because we said this is the whole thing is that we're in line of sight of other guards right now. Right? Yeah. So if we,
Let's just.
that's what I'm saying. If we just punch them, like the other guards are gonna know.
All right. Well, this looks
Just-
differently in my brain. Fair enough.
Okay.
I would say, okay, I'll go ahead and go to the front since.
All right. We'll
we
we'll
went to the
diffuse the
wrong
situation and just be
Yeah.
like, all right. Seems to be some confusion here, sir. We'll try our luck at the front. Good day to you.
They said.
Good day to you.
God, we
won't.
were about
Look,
to die.
it's all right.
Alternative idea. Are there like
John, shut the
trees
fuck
and
up. Let's
hidden
go.
things far enough back that I could just snipe them from far
my
enough
gosh.
distance away?
What's that now?
Maybe.
Sniper rifle.
He's gonna snipe them.
Yeah.
Do you have a sniper rifle? What gun do you have?
I have a bolt action rifle. It's supposed to be used as a sniper rifle.
So you're
It
gonna go
has a-
set up on a no, grassy knoll. Ugh.
I'm just
guns allowed.
gauging our options right now because it seems like we've been denied our first choice.
Let's regroup, please. Let's like get the
No,
hell
we
away
did back
from
up.
here.
We're not there anymore.
She's so like, oh my god, we're tripping at the finish line here.
Okay,
let's.
so we're gone.
No
right?
one else is offering solutions.
Let's just
we're
copy
yeah.
the chef outfits and then pretend to be chefs.
Oh wow.
So Avocado, I don't know if you know, but the entrance that we just tried to go into was
Yeah, that's the
chef
kitchen.
entrance.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk to the same people again.
Remember you
Oh.
walked through there in a potato sack before and then rolled like a goddess and no one noticed.
Oh yeah. Why didn't I just do that again?
Keeper didn't
We
even
could-
let us roll for a
Yeah.
We could just
persuasion.
like dig a hole underneath the house.
Actually,
You know what? I wish that was the worst suggestion that we've heard in this campaign.
You know what? At this point, I am willing to just try and sneak through the hedges and stealth my way through. And then maybe try and like go in and come out from the front side and say, hey, we have an addition to the guest list and add you guys. From the inside.
I'm gonna
So they
go
would
to the
just
front.
trust.
Okay. All
Can
right.
can I see what's like going on? Like you said, only a certain amount of people are going in through the front,
Mhm.
and everybody else is just like hanging out in the garden.
Yeah, it seems like they've given priority to the to the orphans, to the orphans, in terms of like being able to play on the grounds and grass and stuff. So that's mostly what's in the actual grass area. Outside the gate, which is open, but outside the gate is the streets and pavement and whatnot. And that's the crowded place that has a couple of like festivities going on, as well as the tables where people are signing up and getting something in return. And if you go and stake that out for a while, you'll see that people will receive whatever they're receiving and talk to each other and get kind of excited. And then a couple of them will go back into the crowd or go and get candy apples or whatever, what have you. And a couple of them will actually start to walk into the mansion.
Okay, can I see what they're signing up for?
You may indeed. So if you go close to, like, if you want to get in line, it's like a 20-person line. It doesn't seem to really be getting any shorter that quickly. That is to say that people replace it instantly as it gets shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just get close to kind of see what's going on, you'll see that there's a couple of like posters on the table that say join the Arkham Youth Program today. And you'll see that there's like a nice like propaganda poster of like a nice handsome young man protecting what is presumably the streets of Arkham, I suppose. And that it's open to men and women of all ages. Do your part today to protect Arkham is the slogan, catchphrase, whatever you want to say. And while most of the people signing up are youths, they're, maybe teenagers or 20s, there's a decent number of people from all ages and classes and races and stuff. And that if you just stand and watch and watch the interaction, basically the person signs up, puts their name on the list, including their name, what seems to be their birth date. You see dates. And then they write like an I promise something. They write something else, I should say, on the thing. You can't get quite close enough to see. And then once they've done that, they shake hands with the person, and the person says, "Welcome to the program," and hands them. What you see now is actually a badge, like a pretty thick badge. and they say, when you want to, go ahead and make your way into the mansion.
Oh my god. We could have done this the whole fucking time. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, but what are they signing away here, Olivia?
Probably their soul.
Okay. Let me sign
Yeah,
up.
what if they're signing their soul to Azathoth?
Yeah, joining the cult.
I'm gonna say we all use
Right.
fake names first of all.
Yeah. Fake names, fake birthdays. Just
Yeah.
fake promises, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Can I stand in line?
Yeah, I'll line up with her.
Okay, it takes about 30 minutes to get through the line. As
I smoke.
yeah, I
30 minutes standing around. It's exactly what this guy would do.
Yeah. As there's not that many tables and lots of people, but you do eventually make your way to the front, and you are. Each table has a different person, but basically the gist is some guy or gal gives you the gist. They're very enthusiastic. They're like, would you like to join the Arkham Youth Program? This is a program designed by the Bradleys, brilliant people that they are, that we are going to be able to watch our own neighborhood. So as soon as you see something going weird in your neighborhood, you promise to do something about it, and most importantly, tell the new police, kindly provided by the Bradleys, about it instantly, and know that you've done your part. Would you like to sign up?
Yes, I would.
Well,
Okay.
boy, howdy.
What do I have to do to sign up?
Well, all you got to do here is write down your name, your full name, please, and thank you, middle name included, your birth date, as well as go ahead and just write a little promise right there under this section, and you kind of read, and it's like name, date, and then I promise to uphold the standards of the Arkham Youth Program, whatever. And then people actually sign a promise or whatever.
Okay. I sign up.
Okay. So you
With
put
your
down
name?
the truth?
Yeah, with my name.
Lies? Truth?
With my name.
Real
Okay.
name?
Mhm.
My
Bold
fake
strategy.
Fake name.
My
fake year.
name is Rockmelon.
name. What a silly name. It's
Yeah,
obviously
that'd be
apple.
stupid to be named after a fruit, right?
Yes.
All right. Who's next?
I sign up with the name Randolph Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the rest of you sign with fake
Promise.
names.
For the
Yeah.
I try and do this with a really shitty handwriting, so for the promise I write I do not, but it's like really illegible.
It's like the F and
I
the
thought you
T.
just
in
signed
I
true
do
and
not
false.
promise to do this, yeah. I don't promise.
Well, they're not really paying attention, so they just smile and say, "Thank you very much for doing your part."
I
And
also
they
do the
hand you the
same.
pin.
I say my name is Bradley Cooper, and I don't promise. Give me small back. See you. Thanks for the badge.
Well, thank you for doing your part.
Yay.
Pleasure.
Okay. And then Avocado as well.
Friends.
Full name Avocado.
No, it's going to be apple martini. Thank you.
The
First name
whitest of
App,
white girl
middle name
drinks.
Well, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Hands you the button, pin, badge.
Pog.
We're gonna go with pin. Big pin. And now you all have the ability to go into the mansion.
Oh, we were about to kill
Lord
like 8
Jesus,
people.
praise Olimoley.
We were about to kill like 8 people. We could have just signed a piece of paper.
I don't know. Kind of
Hey
disappointed.
man.
I thought you guys had a way in.
Yeah.
Hey
I
man.
thought we did
We did
too.
it last time,
then
all right?
Keeper didn't
It's the
let us
devil you
roll.
know. God.
I could have convinced them.
This woman's so crazy. She needs that doctor therapy. You know, the one that makes her less irate.
Hysterical.
Yeah, less the hysterical therapy.
Yeah, someone's
The
hysterical.
doctor to go sort her out.
Get her a
When we-
vibrator stat.
when we go
Right.
in, how directed are
Give
we?
this woman a butt plug and a bunch of beads. She's hysterical.
What do you say, Robbie?
I said, when we go in, how directed are we on where we can go?
So as you enter the mansion, there are guards that are just they're usually just like nodding at people because everyone coming in seems to be the friendly type, but they do look at you two in particular and kind of do like, hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up. I'm like, sirs, if you would kindly leave your guns with us, that'd be great.
I leave.
I
I
think so,
just
buddy.
leave. Fuck this. No.
Uh-oh.
So you just turn around and you do a 180?
I say it like that's a problem, and I just leave.
Yeah, all right then. And you, sir? Looking at Amos.
It's not loaded.
Even so, we'd like to keep them. Trust us, you'll get it back in tip-top shape.
I'd like to have your hat. Would you like to trade?
Well, I'm not the one asking to get inside a big old mansion.
I didn't ask.
Are you saying you'd force your way through?
No,
Hmm.
I didn't ask. I signed on the seat on this piece of paper, said I could come in.
Yes,
I'm doing my part.
sorry, sir. We're really gonna have to ask you to leave your guns outside.
So while this conversation is going on, I would like to do my best to blend in with another group of people, whatever, who are going through, and just try and blend in, walk behind them or something, and sneak in with my gun.
Okay. They're checking everyone's badges.
Didn't you say it's like a
Well,
sniper rifle? Where are you putting that?
We
Yeah.
Trench coat,
Can't-
right?
we can't. No, we had a
I mean-
conversation about this in episode 1, and it disassembles, and it's in my.
I
trench
do
coat,
vaguely recall that.
Yeah, we had a conversation about this in episode 1 because.
Well, then how do they know it's a gun? I guess because they see the barrel. I don't know.
Well, I guess presumably. Actually, yeah. Do they? Because it's inside of my trench coat. Are they?
I
Are
guess
they
they would have.
frisking us down?
They would have asked you to open the trench coat
Yeah.
first.
He's naked.
They don't
under
pat you
there.
down. So if you can say that you successfully hide the gun, they're not patting anyone down.
Yeah, I think I would try something like that. I would first try and sneak past them. If they stop me, then I would try and hide the gun.
Okay, but they'd ask you to open the trench coat. You saying it'd still be hidden?
I can't really say that, like, I want to say that this is something I feel like my character would have to deal with, like, somewhat often as like an assassin, is people trying to pat me down and trying to get into places I'm not supposed to with like weapons. So I feel like I
Yeah,
would have. I want to
but-
say that my trench coat would be prepared for this, but I feel like that's an unfair thing also to say. So
Because I think if you were going for a close assassination that was in a room full of people, you would probably bring like a small gun. You're probably not bringing your rifle everywhere, and if you do need
Yeah.
to bring your rifle, you're
Well,
probably
I
shooting
think
from
my-
like a rooftop or something.
yeah, I think my first priority is, you said there were 2 guards here doing the like security check
Yes,
at the
yeah.
front. So my hope was that there are other people walking in. At least one is
Sure.
tied up with Amos, and I'm waiting for another person to walk by, and I'm just gonna try and stealth my way while they're like handling and inspecting that other person.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Roll stealth.
Okay. Extreme success.
Oh.
Okay.
Damn!
So you managed to
Damn.
kind of you pick the right time with a group of not just a family or a nuclear family, mom, dad, son, walking past and showing their badges. You also pass by a couple of like 2 young adults, and the guy just kind of figures that you're all together and just waves everyone through as they all show their badges eagerly. You might have even tried to like do like a little like yeah, and then just to blend in, but it works, and you're in with your sniper rifle.
Yeah. This is what I
Damn.
can do when I can roll.
Damn.
Amos,
so
you
I-
want to give it a go?
I mean, I'm still trying my luck with this guy. I'm just like, this is a family heirloom, sir, and I can give you the bullets. Then it's just basically a piece of metal.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Okay. Can I roll charm?
Sure, you can roll charm. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yay!
Success.
Yay!
Alright. He kind of looks at you.
All right.
Seems
So I
like
just
you're.
do the thing where it's like open the barrel and just.
Yep. Yeah, you can do that.
Here's the bullets.
And it's like, well, thank you very much. Please don't try and please do not draw that any time, even if it's not loaded. Have a good night.
I wouldn't do that, sir. Good night to you as well.
Of course it wouldn't.
Can't believe
Of
you
course you
convinced
wouldn't.
him.
And
What
the
kind of
ladies.
And the 1920s is bloody lenient, dude.
You're right.
man.
Everyone's trustworthy. The ladies aren't stopped because what lady has a weapon?
Hey, you should have just given it to us.
Good point. Women aren't dangerous.
True.
I could have hid that gun in my potato sack.
You know what I mean.
That's what they call it.
So you all enter, and apparently all of you have weapons. Although I'm guessing Amos just had backup
I have clips.
ammo.
Crap
Yeah. So yeah, you guys get through. What you see is just a continuation of the party, except now there's like food and drink, like actual food and drink, and not just like sugary stuff, funnel cakes and all that. But actually, it's a
Should've
nice drinks and some butlers mulling around, kind of getting the fancy feeling for the plebs.
So last time we were here, I won a little bit of an excavation and found a secret door that I did
An
not
excavation? You dug around?
go down. I literally did dig around.
Okay.
But I remember I found a very suspicious door that went into like a downstairs area, I think. I opened the door. And I made note of the location of how to get there again.
Yep.
Where, like, how hard or how many guards would we have to get past and all that stuff to get back there, from immediate appearance at least?
So you all walk in. You're actually not to size, but whatever. The grand ballroom, and then this is the entrance. These are the stairs, which I'll now do my best to draw. And it goes up to the second floor. yeah, amazing stairs.
Oh god, the second floor shenanigans.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
I remember this now.
Yep.
Yep.
And then there's like doors leading to like kitchens and stuff back here, and there's open areas, not even actually doors, but it's like open areas. I guess that's the way I'll draw them. And then kind of like hallways, I guess. Yeah. Oof, I did not do a great job here. How do I represent this with using a mouse? Oh, I know. Just do this. Whoop, coming off the screen. These are hallways. I need to zoom out. Zoom out! I can't zoom.
Enhance.
I can't zoom. Oh, God. Oh, there it is. There we go. Wow, that's like a weird looking... I don't even know right now. Well, I actually ran out of space anyway, so that's fine. That was like an ink block test. Like, what is this?
Looks like boobs.
No, I was thinking. Boobs. And I can't erase because, again, this is a weird... I can just draw white.
Yeah, that'd be too intuitive. It'd be too good of an app if that was the case.
Yes, this is the way we'll do things. Okay. So, you get the idea. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
These are hallways. Hallway. And these are like rooms that kind of go in, I guess. It doesn't matter because the point was if you go this direction, you will make your way to the room that you entered.
There are how many guards in that direction? Walking off that way?
There are 2. thicker. Thick. There you go.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Nailed it. There you go. And for chat to see the giant boobs. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, let's frame it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to save state, if possible.
As in end.
Save game, yes, please.
Yes.
Save game.
I was like,
I
save
was wondering what
state?
you meant by that.
Yeah, quick
That's
save.
okay.
So we can
F5.
reload if this next session doesn't go well.
Yeah.
F5. We're gonna save scum this. F5 right here, and then we F8 if things go wrong.
Okay. So we leave off while we're inside the mansion at this party that the Bradleys are putting on because they are now protecting the city. They are in charge of protecting the city. And they're celebrating it.
Wonderful.
That's
I
the
can't
end.
wait to fuck up their shit.
Okay, guys. That'll be it. We shall return when most convenient. In 2 weeks' time is what we like to do, but you all know that it doesn't always work out that way. So we will discuss internally. Doesn't seem like anything's gonna be happening for the next few months with our schedules, but always want to check first. But next time we'll see what happens in the Bradley's Mansions Part 2, and see if it goes as good as last time or as bad. We'll see.
It's gonna go better.
Thanks everyone for watching. And as always, this will be up on YouTube along with all the other episodes. Make sure to follow these lovely people on their Twitters and Twitch. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.